and today we're going to talk about Kefla. And Kefla is an incredibly strong character with a lot of play.
Can we say we did a poll for it?
Yeah, of course. We did do a poll, so it actually could have easily been Vidal, and that would have been... To be honest, I personally voted for Vidal, because
I voted for
I bought the season pass, and I refused to download Roshi. Hello, Daydreams. Nice to see you here, man. All right. It seems like we have a pretty active... we're going to have a pretty active chat today, and I'm super, super excited.
That's great. I just wanted to mention that we did a poll because people need to know that we're engaged with them.
Yeah. Oh, I also like the fact that we did the poll because I really wanted to see what people wanted to. And for a while, Vidal was in the lead. Like, I honestly was getting ready to be like, hey, man, make sure you have some notes for Vidal so that way we can teach him how to play. And then Kefla overtook it, from behind. It was actually kind of crazy.
I'm thinking if I voted Vidal, maybe it would have been 50-50.
Yeah, probably. But I think today is a good day for me because it basically means that I get to do all the work. It basically means that I get to do all the work, which is always exciting. I even made a Google Doc so that way I could keep on track on what exactly I wanted to do. But I am very, very excited to do this.
You don't want to ask why Ken hates Roshi, please.
Yeah.
We're never going to end with it.
It's not stream appropriate either. But I just don't like Roshi. I don't like anything about his character.
I like him, so if you want Roshi content, I'll give it to you.
Eventually I'll get my Vidal breakdown, but today's not that day. Yep, that's okay. Let's see.
I mean, hey, I streamed Vidal today.
Yeah, that's true.
And I keep doing it, so you know where to find it.
But in order to get started, because I feel like I gave you guys enough time, today, lag. We're going to talk about my girl. She's my trusty main. She is on literally every single team I ever play. You can ask Star. I literally don't play a team without her. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk today about...
I know.
Kefla.
It's important to have that kind of characters.
Yeah, Kefla is the glue that basically sticks me to this game. And it's kind of crazy. You know what? I'll leave the command history up, because some of the stuff I'm going to show you, I want you to be able to see what I'm doing transparently. But today, we're going to talk about Kefla. So, what is Kefla exactly? I want to start by talking about some basic misconceptions that we see. And Star would verify this for me, because Star has played her supposed alternative pretty often, including recently. One of the biggest misconceptions I see is she is the next Bardock. No.
Oh.
No. Her game plan is very different from Bardock. What would you say?
She can share, how do you say? I don't know how to say it in English, but she can share stuff with him. Mm-hmm. She does things that he does. But it's just, part of all of the rest of the things she does.
I agree.
Like they, if you make, the round shots, of Kefla gameplay and Bardock gameplay, there's gonna be something in the middle that they both do. That doesn't mean they're the same.
Exactly. I agree. One of the biggest differences, I think, is also in terms of game plan. Because, in my personal opinion with Bardock is such a forward, momentum-heavy character that I almost feel like... Alright, this music's gonna get on my nerves. I almost feel like when you play Bardock, if you're not moving forward, you're not winning. Like, Bardock is such a good character, and he does his best work when he's in your face. And if you look at the way his toolkit's designed, everything about him is designed to put him in your face. If you're above him, he's going to 2-3-6M. If he has an assist and he's cutting off the ground, he's going to 2-3-6L over your head. He's going to 2-3-6H to get behind you. He's going to do a whole bunch of stuff because he needs to be there. And he has a key blast that's really good for checking you when you're approaching. Kefla, she's not as good at that game plan as he is. But she has additional stuff that makes her kind of like an in-between. She feels like a hodgepodge of
I can do
Bardock
some of
and
the
Team
things he
Gohan.
does.
She feels like a mixture of Bardock and Team Gohan in terms of gameplay.
Because she can play the 5S spam 5S and Lariat
Yeah,
gameplay, you know.
yeah,
But as soon as she jumps, she can't do it anymore.
yeah, exactly. She's got some really, really
And
good stuff.
out of doing air Lariat plus assist is kind of a big part of his gameplay.
Another big thing that I really, really find as a fantastic misconception is that she is only a point. That is not true. And the reason why it's not true is because of two reasons. One, she has very flexible DHC synergy, which means that she can track to her opponent at any height. And her level 3 is omnidirectional, and she gets mix-ups off of it. If you can moon jump, she gets a 50-50. We'll talk about that later. But more importantly, her supers are really, really good, and she has an amazing assist. This assist is incredible. It has 25 frames of block stun. She appears well behind your point, which means that I can do this to protect her. Which is
Very easy to protect the assist.
it's very easy to protect her. And this has a lot of hit stun as well. Like, the hit stun here is actually kind of crazy, which allows for very easy confirms.
It's kind of like a beam, but you're sacrificing the block stun of the beam
For hit stun.
and the active hit stun hitbox, because beams have very active hitboxes on the whole beam. You know,
Yeah.
like there's a whole part of the stream where you can't be, so you can't do that. But it's way more useful when with like for hit confirms and for combos.
Yeah, exactly. What's really cool about this is that you can literally just run up and confirm. It's one of the easiest assists to confirm from the game.
Or you can 5LL from that.
And boom. It's so easy to confirm, even into specials off of it. Like, she's a fantastic assist, even from full screen. So, it's a very, 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 very strong assist. And if your point
Slightly weaker
character,
than beams.
if your point character doesn't really need a whole lot of block stun, you might as well keep it. She can be played in any position. She can even be anchor, although I generally don't recommend it just because I feel like there are more valuable assists. But I have played her anchor in a few of my team comps, and I haven't suffered. I've even competed with her in anchor before. She is a really, really great all-around character, but she's kind of broken in the sense that you've all heard the phrase, jack of all trades, master of none. She is the jack of all trades, master of a couple. Like, she actually has a few areas of expertise that we'll definitely get into. But now that you guys...
Bonk.
What?
The bonk.
Yeah, the bonk. We'll get there. Because one of the areas where she absolutely excels in that she shares with Bardock is pressure. But we will get there in a little bit. Before we begin, I want to talk about her tools and how her tools are applied at high level. For me, I don't know if you would agree with this, Star. I'm sure you would. One of the most important tools at high level, jab. Having a strong jab.
Oh, this one is really done.
Yeah, her jab is immaculate. It is so deceptive because she actually has a decent amount of range. That's a lot of range. That will space out quite a few jabs, and pretty deceptively. Thank you so much for the sub, Priosma. Really, really, really appreciate you. Everlyn, if you're listening to this, can you please get Priosma a link to the Discord so that way they can start benefiting it from it immediately. But this is such a good jab. Like, her jab is really done. To the point... Oh, forgot I have that on. To the point where she can actually space out a few jabs depending on the... Oops, didn't mean to do that. Depending on the situation. So, she could do something like... Bardock might still hit here, but if that's Bardock... Oops, yeah.
He won't. Oh wait, he will.
Yeah, he
I'm
will.
sorry.
He will.
I forgot how dumb that is.
Yeah, no, his jab is... I don't think I
I
have
love
any
it.
bad
I
jabs.
love-
I don't even think I have bad jabs on this team, because GT Goku's...
I love that button.
Yup. You can even walk back after it, and it's pretty great. It's pretty fun. She can space out a lot, which makes her pressure really, really, really dumb, and it's incredibly easy to do that. All I did was literally IDJH 2L5L. And she was already at the max spacing that she needs to do. It's -3. So standard fare in terms of frame data, but the hitbox is what makes it completely exceptional. The hitbox basically lines up with GT Goku's crouching face, which means that this, and she also has a hitbox towards her thigh, which makes this particular 5L really, really hard to low profile.
And can you do something for
Sure.
me?
What'd you like to see?
Make the bot block on counter, counter hit, jump on counter hit, and just
Jump
do
on-
6M jab.
Counter hit?
No, well, no, like counter attack settings. I'm just making jump.
Okay.
And do 6M into 5L. It's really good.
Oops. I did that late.
Like, of course, I think Bardock also does it. And
Pretty
a lot
much every character without a low does.
No, because like GT doesn't work, for
Well,
example.
GT's too small, yeah. She's the perfect height, I think.
But yeah, I just want to say this is really, really good.
Yeah, exactly. Especially a
'Cause
solo 6M situation.
Because if you look at, for example, Vidal, she punches really high in the animation, but you don't have to punch high for it to work.
Exactly. Exactly, I agree. And I think that that's a good situation that's going to come up a lot of high level as well. Because a lot of people tend to jump, a lot of people tend to, like, jump forward, try to escape the situation. And she says no. You basically have to engage with her in the Clash War.
So, since we're talking about 6M, I think we should talk about 6M in another stream.
I already
there's
have
a lot to do.
I already have a 6M masterclass planned. Like, I'm actually writing it. That is going to be pressure 210 instead of 101. Or 201 instead of 101.
I have to draw another gorilla.
Yeah. So this is really, really fun. The second button we're going to talk about, her 2L. Her 2L is pretty standard fare. Not great. It's not as good as her 5L, but it is good enough. The only issue is that sometimes it tends to whiff because it doesn't really advance. That kind of sucks.
That happens with a lot of characters.
Which happens with a lot of characters. But I'm going to talk about why that's not a big deal right now. She has a 9-frame medium. Those are exceedingly rare in this game. The most famous example right now is probably Gogeta's massive 5M, but that's actually a Vegeta trait. Vegeta has a 9-frame medium. I believe Cell does as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Krillin has 8.
Krillin has 8. Krillin is very, very exceptional. But her having this from a -3 button means that the delay timing is very, very, very strong. We'll go over that in pressure. But her 2M is really good.
I have to BRB in 2 seconds.
Sure. Oops. $50-50. For those of you that say Kefla has no mix, there you go. But, there you go. Her 9-frame medium is incredibly strong. And deceptively powerful, because there's a lot of block stun on that normal as well. But speaking of deceptive ranges, we're going to talk about, quite possibly, unironically, one of the most stupid buttons in this entire game. 5M. She has a Lariat for a 5M. It is very minus on whiff, which is its only detriment, but it is incredibly fast. It is 10 frames point blank. It reaches an absurd range, and on hit, any of the follow-ups can be cancelled. So she can stop it at any time, which means you cannot guard cancel this. This is guard cancel bait.
I'm back.
Welcome. I was just talking about your favorite button.
5L?
The Lariat.
Oh. I think it was Sugar Crash, so it... Sorry. I played against Kefla today. I did 5M whiff into 5M and he got my Super Dash.
Oh, yes. The reason... So we're going to talk about these two buttons in tandem because both of these two buttons actually have a lot in common. 5LL, 5M. And the reason why these are a big deal is because one of the most common defensive strategies is reflect, tag. That is one of Wawa's favorite defensive tactics. You see it a lot, especially in Japanese high-level play. Star does it a lot. And if
When I have a reflect,
yeah, if you reflect her 5L and she cancels into this or 5LL, she will beat your raw tag with a medium scaling starter. This makes her incredibly hard to defend against because you essentially now have to think very carefully about where you reflect her. So if I do a string like this and you reflect my 5L, because there's a gap there, so you're like, oh, okay, I'm just going to reflect it. And then you reflect tag, and then I go into 5M. That character is looking at potential death that he just tagged in. That is incredibly strong and very useful at high level. This button is also really good at catching backdash, as Star has learned many times in our games and complained about many times.
I mean, it's mostly my fault.
You cannot backdash. I would have to call it late. This situation tends to happen a lot. There. If they're not blocking.
Which is, I want to say it's really important because while jumping is a very common way to escape pressure, personally I really like backdashing. Because while jumping beats Dragon Rush, for example,
Yeah.
backdashing is invulnerable to grabs, so you can punish with like a 2M. ML's big. And even then, if they whiff buttons in front of you, you can punish easily. And if they do that when you jump to escape the pressure, there's a chance that you block while jumping, like after the 6M thing, or they do whiff, but then you try to punish with like Super Dash, and Super Dash is kind of not that fast actually.
Yeah.
So either you do punish them and you have to extend with an assist or spend meter and you don't get an optimal punish, or you don't even have time to punish them.
Exactly.
So backdashing is like backdashing mid-screen pressure is really strong in some situations.
I agree.
Also risky, but really strong. And Kefla beats that.
Her,
So you have to jump. But if you jump, or 5M still hits you.
yeah, that's another thing. This last hitbox hits extremely high. Like it hits well above her fist. Which means this can actually, if you mistime it and you're anywhere above her, this can still hit you. So you want to be super, super, super careful with these buttons. Or you want to be super, super careful defending against these buttons because she's...
No, it is very strong.
She
It is very strong, but I just want to say it's not like the greatest button in the world because while it beats backdash and you can get hit in the air with it, if she's pressuring you and you manage to jump, right? Usually she's just gonna do full 5M under you.
Yeah, she has to.
And if that happens, you have like you can punish her, and that's the problem with that move.
It is very minus on whiff, so it is a very
It's
good
very
button.
easy to punish.
I mean, you can vanish cancel it if they're not ready for it, but I've seen Kaiden do that, but so it's not that big of a deal. But Star is correct. If you whiff with this, there's actually another problem that he's probably not going to mention. The hitboxes hit very high, but that comes at a cost. Her legs are vulnerable, which means that she can be low profiled with particularly far-reaching 2Ms. Yeah, like Trunks can actually 2M punish on reaction.
Trunks and Gohan?
Trunks, Gohan, Gogeta now.
Fidel?
Kind of, yeah, I would say so. But like,
Man, you're dead.
yeah. So if you do this on reaction, it can be very, very risky. However, in pressure, it is incredibly good, and if you're already pressuring her, it's very difficult to escape. Or if she's already on you, it's very hard to get out of this. Now,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about a couple of more of her normal buttons. The biggest one, this. This is safe, but it has a metric... I mean, it's unsafe, technically,
Unsafe.
but it has a ridiculous amount of pushback. And it hits from an incredible range.
There's a lot of characters like that. Videl and Gogeta, for example.
She also hits very high, which is very good for her combos. She basically has Bardock's 5M as a 5H.
It goes even farther.
Not as far as this. But yeah.
No, this goes farther than Bardock.
This goes farther than some
Bardock,
variants.
Bardock is -4.
That is true. So she's very, very strong. And then probably my favorite button, this. This is deceptively strong. This is the fastest Ki Blast in the game. She's tied with Majin Buu, Teen Gohan, and Frieza for the fastest Ki Blast in the game. But unlike all of them except Frieza, she has 6 of them. It is 23 frames.
Teen Gohan has 5?
Teen Gohan has 4.
Oh.
Teen Gohan has 4. Majin Buu has 4. Frieza and Kefla have 6. This enables her meter gain considerably. But more importantly, it is an amazing check. Because it can come out really, 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 really quickly. For example, if GT Goku from here were to call Broly, I could do this and stuff the assist before it becomes active. On reaction. Because it's so fast.
You just throw it out in neutral is non-committal assist.
Versus 25, which is actually still faster than average, believe it or not. The average Ki Blast is 27 frames.
Can we talk about Super Broly?
We're not talking about Super Broly. But this is very, very strong. And it's a great non-committal thing because what do most people do after you block a Ki Blast? They tend to reflect. Which requires you to stem block. She also has a traveling low. This is very strong.
I mean, if they do try to reflect, your riot is reflected.
If they do try to reflect, you can just pause. And they have to be perfect.
Yeah, no.
Because that's a frame trap, I believe. Which means if you reflect late, you're getting caught. Another big issue with this, another really big strength of this, is the fact that even though she spends meter for it, she doesn't necessarily need to vanish to confirm. So, if she does, let's say they get hit, okay? I can confirm, even mid-screen.
Though, 5S mid-screen is more committal than full screen. It's a little bit riskier.
Yeah.
Like, you can.
You don't want to shoot more than one.
Yeah.
But she can pick it up into pretty decent damage.
And that's the Bardock part of the character.
Yeah. Bardock likes to 5S Lariat a lot. So does Kefla, but she can't do it from full screen. Unlike Bardock. Now, we're going to talk about the next biggest 2 draws of this character. 3 draws, in my opinion. Her air normals.
The abs?
Her air normals.
Oh.
Her JL.
I was close to it.
Her JL is really nice. This is nice and active. This will actually catch super jump, or super dash, or raw tag on reaction. Very good. But probably the biggest selling point of the character. This button is literally one of the dumbest buttons in the game. It is basically Bardock's 5M, but it has more reach. It is faster than Bardock's JM. And for whatever reason, it is twice as active. And it has less recovery. Or at least, I think it has a little bit more, but not by that much.
It's fine.
This is a...
Even like, if you just do a simple dash jump jam, you know. No, dash jump jam. Not wait jam, dash jump jam. No, you're doing at the end. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah.
You mean this, which is not great? Yeah, you could do that.
If your opponent jumps a lot, you do that, you're really active, and they're gonna get hit by something.
Yeah, they are.
Or block. Like, of course, it's not good if they're on the ground, but you know, if you notice someone who jumps a lot, you can just jump and do that.
Yeah.
And you have a huge moving hitbox.
It's also very good defensively as well, because let's say I'm in the corner and my opponent commits to a special and I choose to jump. If I do something like this, I'm very hard to chase. Like, I could be... And then that. To get
Probably
out.
beat Super Dash.
It does. It does beat Super Dash.
Though, does
Because-
it beat Super Jump Gel?
Because it's 7 frames.
Wow. I don't think it beats Super Jump Gel, depending on the angle.
Depending on
But
the angle, it doesn't, which is why a lot of, like, Keflas will do this, because this beats pretty much everything.
Not Gel.
Her
If you
JL,
super, like,
her JL's really good, yeah.
no, like in the thing you said, like you're in the corner, you know, in the corner, try to do Super Jump back.
Yeah, this makes her very
You know?
hard to approach. You can also do that. Not that. Don't do that. This as well, because a lot of people,
This?
because a lot of people tend to do like this when they see you trying to jump out of the corner, high level. But doing this is really strong.
Oh.
Like JL will catch a lot. It depends on the angle, of course, and the timing. But this is really dumb, and it's a very good tool defensively as well. You'll see a lot of Keflas do this, for example, specifically to catch any super dash attempts while actively buffering. This is something you'll see Kaiden do a lot, mixed in with this.
Yeah, you can't get Super Dash when you do that.
It's very, very, very strong as a result.
Though you become vulnerable to Key Blast, but that's pretty universal anyway.
There you go. What's really cool is that because... Now, this is a bit of a trade-off. Because it is so quick, you do have to delay the button when you call it on certain characters. But because you delay it, and she has really good recovery, she's actually more plus than most characters would be. That's the trade-off. So it comes out faster, and she's now plus 14 versus most characters being around plus 9 or 8. That's really good. Really, really good for her pressure. And the final, or the last 2 buttons we'll talk about, this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's more buttons. I forgot about the most important one, my favorite. This button is this button's massive. On Oki, she can
way
catch
huge.
she can catch up tech double jump on Oki with this thing. It is massive. It drags him down to the ground as well, and it is an incredibly potent move.
Most characters can catch up big double jump.
No, they can't. Team Gohan can't. 18 can't. Like, this is actually not as common as you think.
Really?
And I know this because I labbed this situation extensively. Yeah.
It's just only the characters I play?
Characters with massive 5Ls, it's large enough that she can actually catch it with a meaty 6M. Like, if
Yeah.
you jump, she can catch it with a meaty 6M. It is really, really, really strong.
Super Broly does that too.
These
It's big.
is another big... This one is kind of a mixed bag, because it can be very minus depending on the height of your character. However, the reason why it's fast is because, or the reason why it's good is because it's 11 frames, which means instant cross-up. That beats 2H. This is very good for her mix-ups to throw out, and if you call an assist, she can convert into a full combo
Oh, do the mix I told you.
later. And you didn't tell me that mix. I showed you that mix. Let's get that straight on the record. That was
With
literally...
Gogeta B.
With Gogeta B. Oh, that mix. We'll do it later. We'll get to mix-ups, don't worry. I know you're
Okay.
excited.
Because it's funny. No, it's just, it looks really good, and I found it today with Azure on stream.
God, I love her jab. And then, of course, the final button we'll talk about. Bonk. She has a standing overhead. It is unsafe on block, but it has Gatling options for you to make it safe. It does a lot of damage on hit. It's basically a smashless heavy, but it doesn't scale like one. But it leads to incredible damage on hit, even solo in the corner. She can solo combo off of it, which is somewhat rare for standing overheads. And unlike most standing overheads,
Everywhere.
and unlike most standing overheads, she can do it at any point in her string until she uses a heavy. So I can do it here, I can do it here, I can do it here, I can do it wherever I want. Unless it's after a heavy or special.
I think there's only Gogeta, Majin Buu, and her.
No, there's also,
And Blue LLL, but it doesn't do a lot of damage.
yeah. I don't know if there's any more, but he has a condition to use his. He has to hit them with this first, which leads to a very different mind game. Her ability to do this is really, really, really strong. And a lot of people think, oh, this needs to be buffed. No, do not touch this button. Never touch this button. Leave it alone. Because...
No. Do touch this button, but no, Arxis, please don't.
No, do not touch this button. Oh,
you
yeah.
guys use this button.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
No, use this, but don't let Arxis... Don't let... No. Because that's not the thing. That wouldn't break her. That would ruin her. There's a big difference. Because the ability to do this is so strong because it has a domino effect on the rest of her pressure. Because of the timing. This, I could do that. I could do that. Or I could do that. And the timing all feels very similar. And all three of those options require very, very different responses. And most people, when you 6M, they look to see you leave the ground. This is not only disgusting, it's easy to hide. Well, maybe not with these assists, actually. There we go.
No, not this one. If you have Trunks,
If you have
Trunks
trunks
B.
or barrier,
Yeah, or
you
barriers.
literally can't even see this button.
Wawa told me that it was the most evil thing in the game to play Kefla and 18 together.
And I agree with him. Lot. This is very strong. If they make it faster, if they make it faster, then you end up losing a lot of that timing. You would essentially have to delay.
Oh, because you can delay it, but
yeah, but nah. I like it. I like the time. The timing's fine.
if they, it's fine. It's fine. It shouldn't be faster anyway.
Yeah, it really shouldn't. Also,
Not in the game.
look at the range on this thing. She lunges forward when she does it.
Though, like on paper, it's not that hard to block, right?
Yeah.
We block overheads that are faster than that every day. It's just we also get hit by overhead that are faster than that every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so at some point you're gonna break and you're gonna get hit, and she can convert from it.
Oops. Let's see if I can get it. Yep. Oops. Yeah, look at that damage. Off of an
So what, 3.5?
You can actually take this to 3.9 if you do another rep of loops, but
Yeah, but it's kind of hard, right?
I'm not about to do that. How hard
Yeah,
is it to
so-
consistently...
No,
how
we're
hard is
gonna say 3.5.
It's about 3.7, actually. Like 3.6, 3.7. It's around there if I complete the combo, because this does a lot of damage.
Okay. So
How hard is that to consistently do? If you practice, not hard. It's a bit tricky with the timing, so I don't practice this as often as I should. You don't really need this. In a real match, I'm more likely to do this. Oops, not that.
more likely to drop my combo.
I'm more likely to do that. It's less damage, but builds quite a bit of bar.
That's the damage Vidal gets on her medium grab.
Yeah, it scales.
That
the same.
looks like an overhead.
It scales the same.
So it's technically an overhead.
Yeah.
And that's the damage you get. Except Vidal can only combo meterlessly in the corner, and Kefla can do it anywhere.
Kefla can do it anywhere. If she spends bar, she can take you corner to corner with it, basically.
And do almost the same damage. No, that's nice. That's 3k. If you think about it, 3k is half of your health, 1/3 of your health.
And then
You
she
can't afford to get hit
And
Or
then
I mean,
she,
unless you use assist and stuff, but you can afford to get hit by that more than
a few times, yeah.
a few times. And it's like it builds meter, right?
Oh yeah, a lot of meter.
So we're talking 3K now, but the next hit. What about the next hit?
The next hit is gonna hurt like hell.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially if she's in the corner. Like, let's say let's say you lost 3.2k and she took you to the other corner, for example, and now you have to block. And let's say she does something like empty low. That 2L, she's taking 4.1k by herself and building 2 bars while doing it. She will kill you, and that's before super. And that still leads to SKD. So if you want to do more damage and do a 3-touch, you can, but no. If you optimize this completely, however, because you can call 2 assists, like if you optimize 6H by doing 2 assists or doing the 2 reps, she can 2-touch you off this. You can't get hit by this more than twice if you're optimal.
I wouldn't really recommend using 2 assists if like just like that.
No, I wouldn't.
But if you're
either.
killing, no, go for
I
it.
wouldn't either, but I was just illustrating a point. Like, it wasn't a recommendation.
Yeah. If you have 50% health and she hits you with it, and she has 2 assists, you're dead.
Yeah. So be very, very careful. This leads to a lot of pressure because it leads you to scrutinizing a lot of her gaps. So if I do something like let's say if I do like a string like, and then I choose there, you're like, okay, a lot of people like to do that, and then you get mashed on. Oops. This is what makes her notoriously difficult to block, especially at high level. I've had conversations with a couple of high level players, and when she first came out, in confidence, I won't say who they are, but they told me that they believed her pressure was some of the best in the game, possibly even top 3. Her pressure is really stupid.
I don't know if it's top 3 now.
I would say
because there's a lot of dumb stuff in this game.
I would say there are a few characters that are better than her, but there's not very many, and I can only think of 2 off the top of my head. 3 off the top of my head. 3.
It's not 3 anymore.
Yes,
No, I just mean, we can't really do a top like a tier, accurate tier list of who is better than who because there's so many options that, and it depends on the players, and depends on the team.
You can. I think you can, just because I feel like some characters have a lot more options. Like, no matter how good your pressure is, man, there's only so much you can do with Baby.
Yeah, of course, Baby, but if we're talking about the top characters and all of their options, it's really tough to say, oh no, she's better than him or he's better than her.
I disagree, but regardless, it doesn't really matter. But this is basically her buttons. She also has fantastic specials. This has a lot of recovery, but it's also really good. This covers the sacred GT... Oops, not that. This covers the sacred GT angle. Really, really strong. This...
It is a commitment, though.
This is really good. Because of this, we'll explain that situation later.
Mm-hmm.
She's got lariats. They don't reach full screen, but they can be made to reach full screen with a simple micro dash. Let's see if I can get it. I gotta buffer it. Like something like that. Very, very strong.
It's near full screen.
Yeah. It's near full screen, and it can be made full screen at times. Not only that, but it also has a really dumb hitbox. Because look how far she can be and still hit you.
Yeah, because she punches the ground.
Yeah.
So, there's like a shockwave on the ground.
Yeah.
Does the shockwave smash?
Yes.
Oh, it all smash. It's not like super Broly.
Everything smashes.
Uh-huh.
This one doesn't smash, but this one and the medium one do.
And the whole, even if you get hit by the top of the shockwave, it smashes.
What was I doing? Oh, right. Enemy settings.
Easy. Because, Super Broly, if you get hit by a shockwave, there's no smash.
No matter what.
That's cool, that's cool.
Yeah. And then, of course, this. projectile guard point from frame 4 onwards. This thing can beat super dash depending on the angle. It should beat super dash all the time, but the hitbox is really, really, really funky. So your mileage may vary, unfortunately. That's a quick change I would actually really like to see on her if they do update her for Season 4.
Consistency?
Yeah, I just want this to be more consistent. Because, like, this is a massive commitment. Like, I can get supered here, you know? So it's like, you know, let me beat Super Dash. I beat this a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Super Dash is Super Dash. It's...
Your mileage may vary because I actually have a lot of success beating Super Dash with this. But that's also me, you know? This is very, very good when dealing with your opponent, like, hovering above you, like GT, and then calling a beam, and then calling, like, an assist. This is very, very good for stuffing that. It just says no. It travels forward. The charge timings are different. Up close. It doesn't SKD.
And it causes knockdown.
And it causes knockdown.
Oh, if you don't hold it?
It doesn't
Which one
cause
causes knockdown?
if you don't hold it.
The uncharged, okay.
Yeah. If you do charge it, it does a lot more, which leads to really cool
you can get
extensions
an
like
assist.
that. And then so on, so on, so on.
Yeah.
Like, this does a lot of damage. This does have a hidden use. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I just want to say it's, like, even if it doesn't beat Super Dash consistently, you're not supposed to use it to beat Super Dash. It's not built for it.
It's not legs.
She has really good buttons to beat that anyway.
Yeah, she has legs, to be honest, but I don't
JL
mind.
and JM are really
I don't mind if this beats Super Dash, to be honest.
Yeah.
The best use for that particular special is Oki. And she gets really good damage off of it. Actually, I gotta remember the color. She can do... I really, really hate timing with new assists. And then so on, so on. You can do the combo that I showed you earlier with the JH5L link. And it does
it's plus if they upgrade.
It does about 4.1 damage. A lot of damage.
So can I not just delay take and DP?
She could take her turn. You could theoretically do that, but if you mistime it, you get hit. It does have weaknesses. You can wake up super and do it as well. So I wouldn't recommend relying solely on this. But what's really cool about this is you can sort of up-tech, you can deal with up-tech almost on reaction. So like if I knock down and whatnot, I can just do this. So I can make it ambiguous whether or not I'm going to meaty, whether or not I'm going to do this, whether or not I'm going to like catch your up-tech. Like I can do that on up-tech on reaction, which is really, really good because a lot of people try to do like, they'll see you standing there and the most common reaction will be that. And I just say, no, I don't think I will. So
what's the most common reaction? I didn't see it.
Like up-tech backdash, JL or falling button if they see you trying to meaty, or up-tech double jump, and she catches both on reaction.
I mean, it's more like she doesn't let you double jump.
Yeah, she doesn't let you do either, basically. And if they block on up-tech,
No plus.
There's actually some cool setups that you could do with this. You can actually do a Raison setup that Viz found, which is actually really silly. Like, I kind of want to try it in a real match. I'm Bless. It's my turn.
Which is great.
It's my turn. If you don't feel like dealing with that RPS, though, just call an assist.
I think it's like anyway, like defensively, you know, if you're defending against a Kefla that does this, the best thing to do is delay tech.
Tatai stops DPing on my wake-ups now. So yes, it does. Because even though you can wake up DP and you can wake up super, it is very, 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 very tricky to time. Like, you can do it. Don't get me wrong. It is possible. People have done it. But if you're wrong, and, like, let's say they catch you doing this input before you hit a button, you're getting hit.
That's why you need to master the wake up DP.
Exactly.
But defensively, if you're defending against someone that does this, the best thing to do is to not up tech but delay tech, because she's gonna whiff and she needs an assist to make her
She
so
covers the late
safe.
tech, by the way.
And plus, you still need an assist.
To convert, yes. But she covers the late tech.
No, you still need an assist just to not be minus. Like, I'm still assuming that people don't mash buttons on wake up and still block.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying
So
is,
if you like you defensively, if you're defending against someone that does that, just delay take so she has to use an assist.
She would have to use an assist regardless. Like, I call an assist here. I never do this.
Not if you up tech.
I do this when I have an assist at all times, because even if they just stand there and block it, there is a gap that I can control where the gap is. But there is a gap, and you can level 3 that gap. Which is why I always cover it. Which is why I always cover it with an assist. What do you mean if you up tech? Like I just said, I can watch you visually up tech and then start doing this. Like I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait in options like what you're doing.
You don't need an assist if I up tech.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I know you're gonna up tech, so I just won't call an assist if you up tech. But if you don't up tech,
that's why I'm saying it's better to delay take and not up take, so you have to use your assist.
I mean, sure. But that's not really a great situation if I have something like Bardock B, and then the moment you block that assist, I do that. So, your mileage may vary.
What?
I don't think that's a good point. We're going to move on from there. To counteract Star's point, he says that it's better to make you spend an assist, but it's not worth it if the next assist, if you don't do anything against this. Like, if you just take the assist and be like, haha, I got you to use your assist, but I'm using an assist like Bardock B, you're eating a 50-50. An on-guard cancelable 50-50. The best thing that you can try to do is wake up immediately and guard cancel. But you lose a bar. We return to neutral, so you're fine, but you lose a bar. So you're not technically winning that interaction, but it could be worth it if you need to get out of a situation and you have a surplus of bar, you're playing a character that builds a lot. It will beat Gogeta's DP, right? That DP is a projectile. I actually haven't tested that. So that's something to lab later. I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't, because he's still invul.
Yeah, but he's still invul, so I don't necessarily think it wins. So who knows? But thank you. I don't believe I've seen you here, Top Heavy Spammer, but thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. But those would cover her specials. She does have some weaknesses that you do have to keep in mind. The biggest weakness is that she has no air specials. Except this. And her Zoom Zoom. Which is her last special that we will talk about. But this gets covered more in the mix-up and game plan one. But this and her Zoom Zoom are the only options that she really has in the air. Which hurts her air mobility a lot because it means that she has to rely on universal mechanics, which is not too big of a deal because her buttons are stupid, like we established earlier. But not having an air button means that she can't do stuff like that. Which, like the Vegito thing, I mean, Gogeta's not exactly the best at it either, but she can't do like Vegito does, where he's like in the air and then he does like H legs and then jails you into assist and then lands and puts you in a mix-up. She can't really do stuff like that. Her air game is very linear and very basic.
But still good.
Yeah, it's still good. There's nothing wrong with it. But she doesn't really shine as hard in the air. If you are playing Kefla, you're going to want to stay grounded a lot. That brings us to the next section. Her neutral game plan. So her game plan really depends on your team, and it really depends on your particular team comp. She is very flexible. So she can zone you if she wants, call an assist, stuff like that. Jail you, call an assist, run out. Like, she can play the game very safely as well. She can retreat with her buttons, and she makes it hard to approach. But she can also be very aggressive and then get in there. Your goal with Kefla is you want to find a way to bring yourself as close to the enemy as possible on your terms. If that's on hit, so be it. But otherwise, you want to get in because your goal is to pressure and get your opponent to crack. This is where Kefla is at her best and where she truly shines. She can play the distance game, but she kind of has some issues. The biggest issue that she has from doing stuff like zoning the way, let's say, Team Gohan does, which would be her closest analogy here, because Frieza doesn't have a 2H, so we don't talk about that, is she doesn't have anything that makes it a threat to disrespect her zoning. So, for example, if I were Team Gohan, and I were doing this, if my opponent super dashes at me, I could 2-1-4L, spark, that's a TOD. She doesn't have anything like that. So you do have to keep that in mind. Even though she can play the zoning game and force you to make a decision, and force you to interact with her, she's less great at punishing them, and this is more about controlling space.
You're gonna do that when you have health advantage.
Yeah. This is when you want to keep them out, but more importantly, you want them to waste their assists as well, because a lot of people tend to dash block plus assists and whatnot. That's a good way to beat this, but she can't even cancel into 2-3-6S. That's pain. She could do that. There's a bit of a gap there, but she can do that and then do this, and that will deal with the assist. And this jails into Vanish. Damn, I'm doing it too early. This jails. This also beats every manner of projectile that's not a super. It also beats like beams. It beats assists. It doesn't matter. She doesn't care. So, your goal is to control space. But what you could also play, depending on your team comps, let's say I have barrier, or I have a DP assist like Kaiden's old setup. Now my game plan is a little bit different. My game plan is to make myself impossible to catch, because even though she doesn't have a lot of air specials, she does have great mobility and great range. It's very hard to deal with her, it's very hard to approach her, and it's very hard to catch her. You give her something like a barrier, where she could do this, call barrier and take a turn, or you give her a DP assist like Coolers that covers the GT angle, you're going to have a hard time. It is very, very hard to escape that particular situation. And then Kefla can run in and continue to do her pressure, because her pressure is very self-sufficient. She doesn't need assists for it. Now, that's what Kaiden does. You also have very rushdown-oriented Keflas, such as Kane and Wade, which prefer to kind of get in their opponent's faces, abuse their assists to allow them to get in, and then do really, really big damage and threaten their big normals. It doesn't matter. The point is, whether you're a defensive player or you're a more aggressive guerrilla offensive player, your goal is still the same. Get the opponent blocking. That's the priority with Kefla. If she gets you blocking, she's winning. Because if she opens you up, you're getting hit. And that's the thing about her. Depending on how good your pressure is, if you have excellent pressure, she will open you up. It's not a matter of if. And it doesn't matter how good your defense is. It's when. She will clock you. You have to be very careful against this character as a result. If you are playing against a Kefla, and that Kefla is really good, be aware that you do not want to get anywhere near a range where she can make you block. If you have the ability to keep her out and keep her at the other side of the screen, try your best. But good luck, because this is very fast. This is very good. If you land and you spend a double jump and she's on the ground, she can jail into it with this. Call an assist, dash up, her turn out. So be very, very careful. Thank you, Tim. No worries. So you want to be super, 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 super careful with what happens from here, because that is her game plan. The best thing you can do, honestly, is if you manage to get a hit, make sure your Oki's on point and try to remove her from play as quickly as possible. So just block.
Just block is.
It is valid.
It is always valid.
Yeah.
Always.
It is valid. The thing that you need to understand. Okay, I don't want to talk about this. You've heard me make memes about just block. Okay, when we say just block, it's because you're doing something stupid in a situation that you shouldn't be doing something stupid in, and if you had just blocked for 2 more seconds, you would have escaped. That's when we say just block. We don't tell you to just sit there and block everything and become Goichi. No, no, no. You don't want to do that. Your goal is to escape. And blocking is sometimes the best thing to escape. Because I have seen people mash level 3 on me doing that.
I've seen a lot of people guard, like every day I see people guard cancel on 5L.
Yeah. Just fucking block.
Literally the worst button in the whole game that you can guard cancel.
Yep. Can someone give me a quick TLDR on everything that I've missed? You can watch the VOD. But basically her buttons are really dumb. That's the TLDR.
Yeah, we saw her buttons, they're really good.
We already talked a little bit about her meter gain. Her meter gain is really good, and her meter gain, because of her key blasts, is going to make her a two-touch machine. She also has amazing corner carry on hit. Just about every hit, if she spends half a bar, will take you to the corner anywhere on the screen. So, if on hit, your goal is to get your opponent to the nearest corner as possible. You need to get them there as soon as possible, and when they're in the corner, that's when Kefla's pressure begins to shine, because this is really dumb. On Oki, like stuff like this. You can IAD back, you can do this and get your assists back. This catches up tech, depending on the knockdown. So this is really, really good. You already saw this. She's very, very good at guaranteeing her next turn. What's up?
Have you made like the math of if you spend that half bar mid screen to get the corner, do you get enough bar on the next touch to kill?
Yeah, she gets, if you do an optimized combo,
Even if you spend that, yeah.
If she's immediately in meter penalty and whatnot, and she gets a JH starter, or she gets a starter like this, and she hasn't spent an assist yet, she will get at minimum 1.5 bars. If you block for a while and the meter penalty wears off, and then she hits you with bonk, or she get hit by like a frame trap off 2L, she builds 2 bars every combo if you're optimal. And it is possible to be that optimal.
If you spend that half bar, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she will 2-touch you.
And speaking of meter gain, I wanted to talk about meter usage because she doesn't really do what a lot of characters do, like Vegito going EX legs everywhere, you know, because she only has one good EX move in neutral, and you don't even have to use that EX move. You can use the light version plus an assist.
Yeah.
So she doesn't even spend neutral meter in neutral like some characters would. She doesn't need. She has very good neutral for free, like without meter.
Yep.
So, like, because, for example, Vidal has very good meter gain, but because I'm spamming to 36H all the time,
yeah,
that kind of really is like you have to be careful of what you're doing. With Kefla, you're not spending meter neutral like ever.
I'm glad that you actually brought that up because she can. So remember when we talked about that Kefla occupies pretty much every position? Playing her mid or even anchor is worth it because then you bring her in with a lot of bar. And if she has a lot of bar, it is worth it to spend it because the damage output, this does a shit ton of damage. Like, this just deletes health bars. And
it does, but I was talking about neutral.
What I'm saying is, in neutral, yeah, she doesn't need it in neutral, but if she does something like the corner carry on this is huge. And so is the damage.
Of course.
So if she is solo, and she has a lot of bar, and you had a point or a mid that built a lot of bar for her, you can start using this, and it does actually help your neutral and make it really, really good. But Star is also 100% correct in the sense that if you have assists, she doesn't need to spend meter, which means that it makes her an excellent, excellent point because she wins the point war, but she also provides a lot of support for the characters behind her.
See, if you're playing Vegito, you're going to do 236H a lot, the EX legs. But if you're playing Kefla, you didn't even have that tool, so you can't spend money. You can spend your meter on it,
Exactly. The fact that she could also the fact that she could 2-touch you meterlessly is a big deal. And also the fact that she has SKD anywhere on the screen is also a huge deal. Like, she is really effective. Because, like, Beerus, for example, needs to spend bar to SKD when the Peration or the hit stun decay is super, super high. She doesn't. She's fine. And she's very, very, very strong in that regard. So what Star's... The ultimate point that Star is making, the way it translates into like a TLDR, is basically she's amazing at the point war, and she's amazing as a point. Which is why you see her point very often. Even when she doesn't have to be. But yeah, that's really good.
You know, like Bardock Lariat is really good, but Bardock EX Lariat is even better.
So, next up is going to be my favorite topic mixed with your favorite topic, Star. Mix-ups and pressure. One of the biggest misconceptions about Kefla is she has no mix.
No mix.
No mix. Yup.
No mix.
No mix. She's got no mix. I can't do it on GT Goku.
You remember when we had a like when we had the if you don't have a low 2L, you're not good at the game.
I remember
like
that.
You're not a good character. And now we have a character that has a low 2L and a built-in overhead and no mix.
No mix.
I mean, yeah.
No
But
mix.
can you try the thing I told you about? Because I really love it. So it's JS and Gogeta at the same time
Oh,
into Zoom Zoom.
well, I know what it is. It's not that hard.
Yeah, but then after you run and you can walk under and 5M and 5H, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I know. Oops.
No, that's no JS. I said.
JS?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, this is basic. Yeah.
No, that's not why.
You want to run under and convert with 5M, right?
No.
That?
Jump? No, not even. Just jump. Don't cross up. Just... Yeah, kinda. You can walk and it's cooler. Yeah, and then you zoom. Jump, just assist zoom.
It's okay, but I mean, it's
Yeah,
good.
and then you can fight them.
Yeah, it's good. But
And it looks good, and it's fun, and it's cool.
you could do this. You could do this.
And then you fight them, and it looks cool.
Yeah.
And you cool, right?
Yeah. Anyway. Yes, it's cool. It's pretty sick. It's good for... I mean, the reason why it's good is because it's really good for, like, picking a side. So you can basically just easily move them to the next corner. And I think that's what's really nice on hit. What's really... So, while we talk about that mix, I want to talk about what makes this so absolutely amazing. One of the reasons why this tool, in particular, is so strong is because... oh, we got a new follower, I believe? Hang on, let me check OBS, because it's not popping up on stream. Thank you so much for subscribing, Top Heavy Spammer. We'd love to have you here. But the reason why this is so good is because this plays on your opponent's reactions, which is something that Kefla really does. Kefla is a character that is specifically designed to attack people at the highest level. Because she's not very effective if your opponent can't tech the R, doesn't block 6M, doesn't do all this stuff, doesn't reflect after key blasts. Like, if your opponent is essentially dumb. Yeah, which is if your opponent
because she's still good at universal stuff.
Yeah, she's still good at universal stuff, but the thing is she doesn't truly shine, or her mix-ups don't truly shine until you have an opponent that can block. Because the most common thing is to block, or I'm sorry, to reflect after this. You see this, and you start like, I don't want to hold that assist. So a lot of people try to reflect the assist on reaction. But here's the thing. You can't. Because if I do that, and then you're like, all right, time to reflect, and then I zoom, I can cross up your reflect. And that has actually happened to me in real matches before. I'm doing this mix-up. I tested it out, and I even got them to, like, in the match, I told them, I'm like, all right, try to reflect. And then like, I literally just heard this. He's like, I'm trying.
that's that's just the same thing about Piccolo assist.
Yeah, exactly.
Except you don't have Piccolo assist, you just have your S, the JS. But any mix-up, any cross-up mix-up that involves projectiles,
Yeah.
so like Piccolo A, the like Jazz Zoom Zoom, stuff like that, it's always really good to cross up because it reverses inputs.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Hanquez. We really appreciate the comment, man. It's really nice to have you here. But yeah, this is really good. Basically, her 214S is actually kind of nasty, especially when paired with an assist. Because
My favorite button.
plus 22, it's not bad.
Depends on the timing, but
yeah, it depends on the timing, but plus is plus. Your opponent is not going to sit there and be like,
plus is plus.
Plus is plus
Can
because
we
your
put the
opponent's
meme I made?
because your opponent's not always going to be there. It was like, was that plus 15 or was that plus 20? I don't know. Like, there, I'm like, if I see that, I'm like, I'm not going to do the mental soul math. I'm just not going to risk it.
No, we just smash.
That's really good.
And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Oops. You're so French.
I need to find the meme I made for you. Plus is plus.
Plus is plus? What do you want?
I need to find that meme. That's my mission for today. Plus is plus. We don't play ranked.
I don't play ranked. So, we play good players. So therefore, we avoid ranked. Preemptive 1 because I'll
ranked.
hit. Yeah, no, this mix-up is really gross. I don't really bring it out very often. But yeah, with assist, her mix-ups begin to shine. Her zoom zoom is a big part of her mix-ups because you could start doing some stuff that really mess with the opponent. Because remember, dash looks like super dash, you know? So something that you can do. And you only really see this at high level, right? Something like... I can't really do it on stick. Something like that. Right? So a lot of people tend to tech. Like, when you're really good at teching those... That's mean. That's a little bit mean. It's also really stun when paired with this. Because most people see the green, and they see the flash, and they're like, oh, okay, DR. This kills Mr. Popo. I literally saw Kaiden hit him 3 times in a row with this shit in one match.
Really good because it looks like Dragon Rush, but it's like the deck that only works on really good players.
It only works on really good players. Don't try this at home, kids. You know? And it's... Her mix-ups are dumb. Of course, she also has, you know, her cross-up into this. Very, very good. Extremely difficult to react to as well. Because a lot of people look for the cross-up, and a lot of people are either going to 2H, or they're waiting for the button. The fact that she can do that, like, that is really, really dumb. Because she doesn't even look like she completely finishes crossing you up. I'm going to do that on a standing player, or a standing thing, because most people tend to stand. Like, there's no... Like, if you're just crouching, you're going to automatically... That doesn't really work on good players unless you change the side. But, like, this is ambiguous as hell. Like, that's very hard to... Oops. There you go. Very fun.
Can I answer something?
Sure.
Hanquaze, sorry if I'm messing up your name. We're probably gonna talk about Gogeta after you're done with the breakdown.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when we usually answer questions, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think so because we're doing Kefla breakdown. We're talking about Kefla right now. We will talk about Gogeta if you want a bit later. I think he's good though.
Yeah. Agreed. And then there's this. Rayzone. Very, very, very controversial. And also one of those things that doesn't... You wouldn't see this used a whole lot at high level. I wouldn't really use it against a whole lot of high level people for a couple of reasons. Because high-level people like to try shit. And if they get hit and I'm not expecting it, that kind of messes up my confirm. So, that kind of sucks. But, on
Do try shit.
Star is famous for trying shit. And finding out.
But it's me. But here's the thing. I think it's not a bad way to force someone to block and wake up.
I agree. I'm not saying it's bad.
But it's an expensive one.
Yeah.
So
it's, you kind of have to weigh, because like you're like, you know, as cool as that is, that bar might have been better spent trying to two-touch. You know? Like, but it's a good way to guarantee your turn again. Even if they reflect, they don't negate the mix. The interaction here changes, because even if they reflect and they can see what you're doing now, they're still being threatened by a 50-50. So now the gamble is, do I reflect or do I not reflect? Because if they reflect this, they're out. If they reflect this, watch. They're not exactly out. So, and then of course, there's the easy. And if you reflect again, you get thrown. So, we'll talk about that particular situation more in depth in future masterclasses. We'll call that the Reflect Mind game. It's actually one that Star has been very excited to talk about. But that's coming down later down the line. The point being is, another misconception is they think that because you can see what she's doing means that Ray Zone is now useless. It is not. It is still a very, very scary situation.
If even if you're not mixing, right? Mm-hmm. It's a good way to make sure someone blocks and wake up. You're planning an Oki masterclass, right?
Yep. You can spearhead that one.
Yeah, there's many options on Oki, and sometimes, like, if you don't have an assist, it's kind of hard to deal with all of them, and you're giving your opponent a possible escape. By doing Raison, you kind of not doing that, because it can be up tech, delay tech, reflect. You're spending one bar to say, this is my turn.
Mm-hmm. Which is really good on a problematic character that you want to kill immediately. For example, exactly. This is Rayzone is a UI killer, especially if they're a bad UI, because Rayzone will
like every UI.
Like every UI, yeah, because every UI doesn't want to hold Oki. That's the whole point of the character. If I Rayzone and then I play very safe, I don't try to mix and I just pay attention to what they do. You have no idea how many people, like, I do this, for example, and then I do that into nothing, and then they fucking do the UI attack and just get 2H'd. Easy way to kill them. It's a very easy way to kill them. It also hits super meaty, and I recover in time, so if they DP, I just block the DP, they get hit, and then I super dash to confirm and follow up. Really good way to kill them. And especially since the DP is not a real DP anymore, so hold that.
Yeah, I saw people try to use it on Wake Up. That's so funny.
Yep, Rayzone block, they die every time. You're absolutely correct, Mask.
You see UI go, like, he's taking the power pose, yeah. And he just gets 5L in the face.
Yeah. Now we're going to talk about her supers, because there's a little bit of interesting information. Her super does different damage depending on whether or not you do the grounded version or the height, or at max height. However, there are certain ways and certain things you can do to make it as optimal as possible. So I'm going to do all of these from the same combo. This. Actually, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna do it with this. So that way you guys remember the base damage. 2440. Okay? But we're gonna talk about her supers. That's 3304. Remember that number, 3304. $32.74. Now, I've kind of had disagreements in the past with Star about this, but this is very, very important to know for in one very particular situation. TODs, where not having that 36 or so extra damage matters. For those of you that play Kefla, the most optimal thing you can do that's very hard to do very hard to do in high hits and decay is this. Be mindful in the combo you do this off of. Oh my god. But the optimal way to get the most amount of damage is this. 3564. If I just, to make it a little bit more fair for the comparison, if I just do this. 3368. This is the most optimal way to go into super. The only issue is it really depends on the hit stun, because if the hit stun is too high, they can actually tech out of this. So be very, very careful using this. Manage your hit stun very carefully. But if you do a combo that maybe wasn't the most optimal, or it was off of a starter like this, and you didn't really extend it very well, and you need that extra squeeze of damage, do that. If you guys are mid-screen, and you want an extra bit of meter, do this. Really good way. If you guys have, like, let's say your bar is like about, like, maybe right here, by the end of your combo, this will build the rest of it. And that will lead to level 1, level 3. So if you have, like, man, I just wish I had, like, one more hit so I could get that extra little bit of meter, and you're mid-screen, do that. So that's very important to know. And then the last super we're going to talk about, which is really funny. This thing. This thing is such a double-edged sword. I'm not going to make Star watch it, because I made him watch this a lot. So
No, it's fine. It's well animated, at least.
the point is, this is a very, very good super. It does have a big weakness. Number one, this is also ties into one of Kefla's bigger weaknesses. Even though Zoom Zoom is frame 4 and can be technically used as a reversal, like, this is actually very good to escape bad pressure, because it leaves her at a very safe distance away from them. Now, it says negative 38. That seems like a big number, but here's what you need to understand. She's invul from frame 4 to frame 12 of that 38. And if your opponent's acting, she can actually be plus over here. If they whiff a button, like let's say they're doing like and then they reset into 5L, there's not a lot that they can do, because you're like, all right, I'm out, get away from me. And that distance is very, very, very hard to close. So this is actually a pretty decent reversal. The most they can do is vanish cancel to kind of try to put you back into the corner, but that's a risk, because vanish has 16 frames of startup, and if you're +2, they're getting 2H. So kind of risky to do that. Especially because they can also plant stuff for you. So I could, like, I'm blocking, and if the gap is large enough, I could just do this. Bye. Don't worry, I dropped that so much Ken was angry at me. Oh, Christmas.
Yeah, that's 6 sets.
Yeah. But the big...
You were actually angry at me for dropping it so much.
No, I was angry because you refused to use it. Because you kept trying to get mid-screen Oki instead of carrying them in the corner.
When I used it and I dropped it, you were mad at me.
Yeah. Her level 3 is a double-edged sword, because despite having Zoom Zoom as a reversal, her level 3 is the only frame 1 reversal she has, and unfortunately, as a reversal, it's one of the weakest ones in the game. The damage is also not amazing. It's not incredibly super stellar damage, which does come up a little bit, because it means that her level 3 is not exactly the level 3 you're always going to want to DHC into, unfortunately. However, that being said, it does have some unique benefits. The biggest benefit of all is that it's obviously full screen, which means if they vanish, because a lot of people will see you like try to punish something in level 3 and they'll be like, nope, I'm out. They can't vanish it, they get caught. Another thing that makes it very particularly potent is the situation afterwards. It is a very hard situation. It is a very hard situation. I will not deny that. Meaty. If she goes low, it's no longer meaty. In order to get them to hit on the same frame, you have to buffer... Not that. You have to buffer basically dash jump. Like if you want the 50-50, you could do that, but they could disrespect at that point. It's no longer meaty. You can get 2H'd if you're not careful. There is a setup...
Which, I mean, usually it's fine.
There is a setup you can do. I'm going to see if I can do it. Yeah, I can't. I don't have a macro. I forgot. You can moon jump there. And if you moon jump, it's a true 50-50 and both options hit meaty. No, you cannot meaty with 2L. Not like...
Doesn't reach far enough?
It reaches far enough. The thing is that this has a different timing than... Or like this has a very different timing than...
So you can meet it with 2L, it's just not 50-50.
You can't meet with 2L.
Really?
No. Not through conventional means. I'll even buffer this.
So it's like... Oh, okay. Oh.
It does safe jump. Now, if she buffers moon jump and then fast falls on the moon jump, if she air dashes or if she lands with a 2L, that is a 50-50. Both options hit meaty. You do get hit.
So one jump fast fall.
Moon jump fast fall. It is very hard to do, but Kaiden abused the hell out of this, and we got a test run with it because he used it against Wawa, and it opened up Wawa every time. So if
It's super hard.
It's super hard to do. But if you have that, if you have those, they are worth practicing. If you have those, that's a very scary situation. Now, of course, your opponent can reflect, but let's see if I do. No, hang on. Say I do it. And, oh, you reflected. Bye. You die. It's pretty fun. It's a very fun situation. I wish I could demonstrate to you, but I'm not that good at moon jumping with frame perfect inputs. I did it one time, and it turns out Kasuga and Kaiden are correct. It is a 50-50, and it is meaty. But it is really hard. So, you know, unfortunately, that is something that does happen.
That's not the only option she has.
Yeah, that's not the only option she has. Another option she has, which is my favorite. This requires abusing a lot of respect, but she can create it here. That hits meaty. So what I like to do...
It's vulnerable to reversals. That's the...
It is vulnerable to reversals. But what I like to...
If you do zoom, you don't have a safe jump, which could be an issue sometimes.
It is an issue, so pay attention to your opponent's bar. If you are defending this and they are not paying attention to your bar, just level 3. The chances of them... But you have to be careful if you level 3, because she can do this.
Cross up.
Yeah. This is very, very, very strong, but very risky.
And what if you also play Kefla?
Oh, then you die. Ooh, I messed it up. But I actually have high-level proof that this works. Kasuga gets hit by it.
Doing zoom IDJS?
Yeah, Kasuga gets hit.
Yeah, it's really good.
That. The problem is, with doing that, is it's very expensive. Because you would have to call an assist to convert or spend another bar. So that one is a little bit less likely. But if you're playing solo Kefla and you have like 6-7 bars, which isn't that hard considering the fact that she builds a lot of it, spend the cash. It's worth it. It's the Vegeta mix. It's the Vegeta mix.
At the same time,
yeah.
At the same time, if you do a full combo into level 3, and then you do that mix with Jazz, and then you call an assist to confirm, they're gonna die.
Yeah, that is true. Like, it is expensive.
They're not leaving after full combo into level 3. They're not leaving on the next touch.
No, they're not. Especially, yeah. Especially depending on the, like, my team with Blue Goku and Beerus, yeah, you die. Yeah, you die. Especially because, like, some confirms you get, like, if you do, like, I like to do this with screen. Let's see. How much damage do I get? $3K? And I can optimize that if I want? That's pretty good.
Yeah. If you can throw like, if you can throw a nice super into it.
Yeah. If you have like super, like, for example, Team Gohan or
Yeah,
Beerus, oh, they die. Oh, if you have, oh god, Kaiden's team with Cooler or an 18, whoo, you're not living. You're not living.
Leveled up Gogeta.
Leveled up Gogeta. Oh no. She can also vanish to confirm that mix as well, so she can do this solo as well. It's an additional bar, but it's worth it because it's basically the same mix-up that Vegito gets here. Like, Vegitos tend to get, like, a mix-up like this. Oh, I didn't even realize I was level 7, my bad. Lol. My bad. Anyway. I don't have enough bar, I just realized. Let me get an extra bar. Remember the days before meter penalty exists, Star?
Oh no, that's not part of my brain anymore.
Like, Vegitos like to do that with JS, or a cross-up JM. Vegitos spend a bar. They vanish with it. So, like, they already spent an extra bar for the mid-screen Oki. Kefla gets to actually avoid that, because Kefla can just zoom. So she doesn't have to spend the extra bar.
Trunks does the flip.
Yeah, and then Trunks does the extra flip. She gets that setup more or less for free. But it's less safe. So you kind of have to take them as they come.
I mean, the thing with Goji, isn't Vegito set up, like, he can confirm for free?
He can confirm for free, yeah.
And I think the JS is meaty. And I don't think yours
JS is me.
I don't think yours is, but...
yes, it is. If she does this... Yeah, if she does this... I think...
No, like, zoom into JS?
Actually, you're right. I don't think so. Let me see. Let me see how plus she is. Let me see how
let's
plus I
watch
can get
that
this.
super again!
Let's see how I can get this.
I hope you guys like super.
Yeah, no, it's not needy. I mean, this will stuff a fuck ton, but
it's not meaty.
It's not needy.
No, it's good. Just like,
hang on. Actually, hang on, because she might actually could just, if she wants to really spend the cash.
Are you vanishing?
Yeah. Yeah, at that point it's meaty. At that point, either option's meaty.
Yeah, but you don't confirm for free.
You don't confirm for free, no.
So don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know actually the most disgusting thing I've ever seen Kaiden do? I saw him do this, and it's the most hilarious.
You can just put the thing to 7 bars.
Because 6H at that point actually is me.
Okay, no, that's one's cool. That one's cool.
It's really funny. Like, I saw him do that and I died laughing. I showed that to Sai, and Sai was like, if you hit me with that, I'm uninstalling the game. We didn't play afterwards for nearly 2 weeks. It's really fun. I like that one a lot. But yeah, that's her level 3 situation. Her level 3 is good. Her supers are good. Her supers are really good, because there's actually an advantage to this one. The biggest advantage to that super, actually, is the fact that it will eat through Spark, because it's burst damage. So, if they are sparking, and, like, let's say, like, a beam super won't necessarily kill, or a super that's very cinematic and long like Gogeta's, this will kill him. So it's very good for deleting Spark, especially if you have characters that track up to her optimal height. So if she does something like this... That's a lot of damage. That is a shit ton of damage. You know? Same thing with Gogeta. She likes assists that track to her. They are not necessary because, of course, you could just do this. And that's how you will go into some characters' level 3s, like Gogeta's. But if you have a level 3 like Tien that tracks, or if you have a level 3 that goes into the air, it's worth it. It's really cool. It's really cool to get that little extra bit of damage depending on the touch you get. So make sure you play with that if you're looking for Kefla's DHC synergy. And I think if you play high damage supers with her, you maximize her damage potential and 2-touch potential. Because at that point, you're bringing in a character, you're spending the bar that she built, and you're most likely going to end up meter positive, honestly, because if you think about it, she builds 2 bars per combo. As Star mentioned, it is so free because she doesn't have to spend bar in her neutral. So the likelihood of her two-touching you is extremely high. And not only is she good at it, but if she builds like 2 bars per combo plus whatever bar she builds in the neutral, it's very likely you will end up meter positive by the time your opponent dies, which is incredibly strong because now your mid comes in with bar, which makes her effectively a really great point for a character like Beerus, who needs bar in order to exist. She can DHC into Spirit Bomb too. Yes, but not in a really great way. The way she DHCs into Spirit Bomb requires her to change her setups, and her setups are not always tall enough because, like, her ability to go into Genki Dama really depends on her height. So she would have to do that to go into Genki Dama. So the problem is most of her combos are lateral. Like, a lot of them are like this, where they don't build a lot of height. So, like, even if I J2H into this, there's no guarantee it's actually going to hit you. Does Kefla have enough advantage to cross up level 1 with Zoom Zoom? What do you mean cross up level 1? Oh, yes, she does. Off of JH Smash, though. And it's kind of tricky, but off of JH Smash, yes.
Cross up level 1?
Is that what you meant? Oh, yeah, so you can get 21 level 3? Yes, if you can do that, it's worth it. But again, the combo that would lead into that to preserve your JH Smash, not really the best.
She can do that?
Yes, to get... Because you can't really do it after...
If you have an assist, it's fine. Because, like, most combos in the game, even if you do, like, specific character-specific combo... Yeah. You're gonna get 5k max, approximately. And if you do basic Cyan BNB with an assist, you're getting 5k.
You can also just do it like with JDR, honestly.
Oh, you can do?
Yeah, you can. You can. And that's how you.
But then you level 1.
Yeah, dude, I'm plus 37.
Okay.
I just inputted it too early because Zoom Zoom has a little bit of recovery.
Okay.
But yeah, she can level 1 there. You can raise on there.
Okay, that's really cool. So you can get 21. You can get Trunks.
Exactly.
Well, that's getting expensive to get Trunks, but
yeah.
I do it with Vidal, so I guess you can do it.
As long as you have an assist to JDR, or you alter your roots so you still get, like, if you do this. Easiest way to do it. And that's the way you get it meterlessly. But your damage is not going to be stellar. But it's good enough, actually. Especially with that level 1. I think she might have a setup with... where's Brian? I think she might be able to still get that 50-50 from 21. Great, now I'm going to lab it. Hang on. You just love mix-up, Star, don't you?
Well, yeah, it's always fun.
Because I don't remember if Because some level ones, they kind of like pull them out of the corner and whatnot. And if they pull, if she pulls them out of the corner with her level ones, she might be able to still get. Damn it! I forgot. Training settings. 1, 2, 4. Does she put them back in the corner?
That's so not working. That's so not working.
It looks like it's too close. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Because some of
You
them
know who
kind of
can
give
do
you...
it meterlessly?
What's up?
You know who can do that meterlessly?
Team Gohan.
Really?
I'm sorry, not meterlessly. Go ahead. Ooh.
Master Roshi.
Yeah.
You can actually do like set up the perfect distance for 21 level 3
Yeah.
without having to spending a super first.
No, that's pretty cool.
But he sucks.
Yeah, I don't think this will work. Oh, no, that's the wrong super. I don't think that works. What if I do...
I have an idea, but I don't know if it could.
What is it?
You do full combo and do like like Gotenks does like JH back,
Yeah, it's too close.
and then you go straight into 21.
Really?
Come back JH. Try it. So you do a combo that is shorter, but you're not using 4 bars for it.
So, like, back JH? Like that?
I'm watching the stream, so I'm a bit late compared to you, but yeah. So you do full BNB, and at the end, instead of doing LLH, you do back.
Yeah. Oh, how do I get it? What was it?
Come back in JH at the end after the 2H. You just do a normal combo, but at the end, instead of doing LLL, you do back JH. Or maybe you can't.
Well, his JH is privileged.
Well, maybe without the 2H.
I think
Just do LL.
Yeah, I don't think I
Can't play like good things. Yeah, like good things. That's what I was saying. But maybe she can't. Character sucks, bro.
I mean, she could just do that, but yeah.
Yeah, because like since Gotenks moves backwards, I was thinking he could set up 21 that way because the super strike based on where you are, not where the opponent is. But she can do it anyway.
Imagine if they buffed her JH.
No, I don't want. We don't need another Wi-Fi JH.
Yeah, I don't think that'll work. But point is, worth a shot. Thing is, I think that makes her incredibly strong. All of these tools and more are tools that you will actually see work at the highest level. Like everything that we've talked about, if you watch any match with Kaiden, Nitro Bros, whoever your favorite Kefla is, you will absolutely see these work out. Even her simpler stuff. Like if you watch Wade, whose Kefla for a while wasn't necessarily up to speed. He was her newest. I think she was his newest character on his team for a while, and it really showed. But he used her to pretty great effect. And his Kefla, you could watch his Kefla grow over time, but even the basic stuff was opening up Kaiden, who played Kefla for literally a year.
TLDR.
Exactly.
She has very simple tools that are very effective, but she can also go maximum speed and do zoom shit, and you can't understand anymore, and then you get bonked.
Yeah, she is very good at making everything that she does very ambiguous, especially with the right assists. She's very, very hard to pick up on. She's very scary to have to block. She's one of the scarier characters on block, I'll say that. And the final breakdown, final point to get this, to get our sense of like, what is she really doing is, of course, how do you build a team for Kefla? Kefla likes fast assists. She likes assists. Her game plan is going to change depending on the speed of your assists. This is a very fast assist. This, very fast assist. If you have 25 and similar stuff like this, her mix-ups are going to look very much like this. Not like that over GT Goku. Oh my god. Fuck GT, man. They're gonna look like this. Where she can do her mix-up, she could do this, do that. If she were to do this with a slower assist, it actually doesn't work as well. Your assist for Zoom Zoom does actually need to be quick. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can only use quick assists. Her game plan changes, which is one of the most beautiful things about this character. A lot of characters in this game are not flexible. And that's actually a huge, huge problem with building a team, because it means that you're not really going to take advantage of your character's tools, which means that you're kind of losing out on maybe some of the stuff that you love to do with these characters. But, for example, these assists are very different, and with these assists, they're going to change her mix-up structure pretty considerably. So, with these assists... I can't do that. That's not gonna work. My god, fuck you, GT. I hate GT. Like, that's not really gonna work. You could theoretically do that, but this is very risky. If you mistime it, she ends up behind you. This is Zoom Zoom, not really great with 18. However,
there's other stuff.
There's other stuff you could do. For example, and if they mash, that's a TOD starter. She has a TOD from here with pretty much with only one assist from one bar anywhere on the screen.
Like, you don't let people Zoom Zoom for free.
Exactly.
That's a really bad idea, but because of 18, she can.
Yeah. And very, very disgusting, because if you do hold it... And remember, Dragon Rush is green. It has a little green flash. Dragon Rush is invisible.
Though, you shouldn't hold it either.
No, you shouldn't. You know? You should not hold that. Your best option at that point is to jump away, but it can be very hard to do that when you're not expecting it. She likes to startle you.
You're trying to get your opponent to mash into the bubble.
Yeah.
So the best option is to not mash.
The best option is to jump away. Yeah, just jump away.
Like, if you're just blocking for no reason, then I mean, you deserve to get hit.
Yeah, just jump away. There's no point in holding
at least mash. Like, I'm saying, at least mash into it. You know, it's like, just don't do nothing. If you want to be wrong, at least be wrong for a reason.
The most evil thing she can do. That's evil. And that's one of the reasons why she uses Barrier, is because the big problem with Barrier is that because there's no hitbox that comes out for 18, your opponent can essentially jump out. They don't have to mash. But she guarantees her turn with this. And that's assuming that they don't try to tech it, which is very likely to happen at the higher levels, because people tech DR, they're expecting a DR there, they see a flash, they think, oh, it's time. And Kefla says no. Kefla is 18 is one of her best friends, if not her best friend. Because everything she does is safe now. She's impossible to punish, which means she can be let off the chain, and she's kind of played with like maximum crackheadery. She's all over the place, highly mobile, and everything you do and every time you try to challenge her, it's a risk. So imagine seeing a Kefla do something stupid right in front of you, and you're like, oh, it's my turn, and you dash forward, and then you're like, oh, wait, hold on. Hang on. 18, she still has 18. And they hesitate for that split second. That split second in a fighting game might as well be a year, because Kefla's like, you hesitated, bye! So you don't even need to necessarily play, or you don't even necessarily need to activate the assist for the assist to give you mileage, because as long as that assist is there, it's a threat at all times, because you're going to be like, oh, it's my turn, and she's going to be like, oh, you thought it was your turn.
Guess again.
That is why Kaiden Wawa, as Star mentioned earlier, this is the most evil pairing in the game. Thank you so much for Sunshine. I'm not reading your name. Sunshine, for doing this. I really appreciate having you here.
It does requires some skills, like not technical skills, but fighting game skills.
Yeah, that's
Like
another.
it's much easier to play Kefla with GTB than Kefla with Bubble, but in the right hands, Kefla with Bubble could be stronger.
Yeah, exactly.
Could because GTB is kind of dumb.
It really is. The important thing to know about Kefla is that one of the biggest weaknesses that kind of makes people wonder whether or not she's top tier, she's undisputedly top tier. All of France has basically come to a consensus. France, I believe in the last French tier list they made after Baby, she was top 6 in the French tier list, which I don't really put a lot of stock in, but it was made
Yeah,
by.
you shouldn't listen to French artists.
You shouldn't listen to French tier lists, but I do agree with their placement of Kefla. I do think she's
Except
ridiculous. I do
we
think
don't
she's
agree with French artists except when we agree with them.
exactly. What I'm saying is that I do think that their reasoning for putting Kefla that high is very good. And I do think that the French have a lot of points that should be listened to. There are just some perspectives that I don't necessarily agree with. For example, the thing you need to know about French tier lists is that their tier lists are motivated by two things: spike and trauma. Spite and trauma. Gogeta sucks. Blue Gogeta is one of the worst characters in the game. Wawa shows up, tears up asphalt with Gogeta. Suddenly he's mid tier.
Happens a lot.
And that happens a lot. And then Hit, Wade shows up with Hit. Hit is one of the most annoying characters. Hit is now top 4 in the French tier list because of trauma.
So he is.
Collective trauma. Collective trauma.
No, Hit is one of like his top 5 easy.
And then there's, of course, Vegito. Like, the perspectives like that are the ones that you want to pay very close attention to. Turtle Milk. Let's see. Yo, I'm very new to Dragon Ball, and I'm only on episode 52 on OG Dragon Ball, and I always watch the anime and subs, but all my friends say it's better. What do you think is better, sub or dub Dragon Ball? Not exactly relevant to the topic, but it's a matter of preference. You can watch either or. Personally, I prefer the subs, but if you like the voice acting in the English dub or in the Funimation dubs, then go for it. It is the effective tier list, yeah. Like these are the characters that have the tools that they value the most at the game at the highest level and the way they play, which is really, really cool. So Trunks doesn't really have the speed for Zoom Zoom, unfortunately. You can still buy a lot of respect here because that.
Yeah.
So
this is so stupid. Like I don't think anyone I played ever take that. Maybe Wawa once or twice, and Yasha, because Yasha's crazy.
Anybody who plays a Ginyu will take that, because that is literally the only mix Ginyu has. And what's really, really dumb is that you can't even see. Like you have, it's very hard to see that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like I think the only people that I've done that against were Yasha and Wawa, and I mean I know we're playing online, but they almost never take it. I don't have many memories of it.
That's disgusting.
It's really, really, really strong.
Extremely.
And not always after 5L. You know, you do JH, beam grab.
Stuff like that, yeah. The problem is that, like, calling the assist creates a noise, and the assist almost always guarantees plus frames, and at high level, the reason why this is actually as disgusting as it is because most players at high level tend to stagger. They do stuff like this, this, and because they're staggering, there's a lot of gaps, and assists are generally used to buy plus frames. So what a lot of people do is like, listen, I'm not holding the assist. I'm going to reflect the assist and continue blocking, because if I reflect the assist, you're not as plus, so you can't mix me. So a lot of people will tend to reflect that assist rather than tech it, which is another reason why it's so effective. A lot of people will try to reflect Trunks' beam. And that's when that hits. That makes them hesitate.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that when we talk about Videl.
That's gross. Hey, Surprise.
Yeah, that's the Yamcha one. The Yamcha mix-ups. Uh, we'll talk about doing stuff with assist and when we talk about Vidal because that's her main mix-ups anyway.
Yeah. But Kefla with Zoom Zoom and certain characters, like, this is only possible. Like, doing stuff like that is only, not possible, but it's easier with slower assists. So if you have a slower assist and you're like, oh, but I can't do Zoom Zoom. Yes, you can. You can buy a lot of respect. And then you can meet DR like that. That's kind of cursed. So, you do have them. Now, the biggest question that I always get is, so what does she have for 50-50s?
Because you have the universal super dash mix.
That's all you need. So that's a fallacy, okay? Every single person who's ever been like, oh, but look at Blue Vegeta. Blue Vegeta has all these 50-50s. Just super dash. Just fucking super dash.
Super dash.
It's not that hard.
The thing is, Blue Vegeta does have 50-50s, but they're behind 236M. That is reflectable. And guess what? Super Dash Mix is reflectable.
Yeah, but at that point, it's RPS. Yeah, at that point, just fucking stagger.
Same mix. It's the same mix.
It's basically it's
the same
it's just
mix
this,
up.
honestly, and this works. Okay, this opens up people. All right, this opens up
the same mix up, except
the Kazunoko special.
Except you have a button on it. It's
not good. Well, it's good, but it's not groundbreaking, and it's not insanely exceptional.
It's just a complicated way to use a universal mix-up.
Yeah, it really is.
But I mean, it's nice that it's on a button rather than Super Dash, but it's really the same mix at the end of the day.
It really is. Oh my god, she hides it. Oh, wow, that's dumb. You actually can't see her. That's pretty funny.
Trunks Beam is the best.
Trunks Beam is OD, actually. I hate this character.
Which one?
Trunks. He's so good. I never want to play him because he's just so complicated, but...
He's not complicated.
Never mind, I'm not playing. Bro.
Just flip.
Flip. I can't
we don't. Okay, we don't talk about 5L.
Maybe you should teach me.
Just flip.
But how do I pressure?
It's
-7, man. How do I?
I don't know yet. I just flip, bro. No, we don't stop on that button. It's -9. Stop. So once you've done past 5L, you have to go to the thing. At least 5S. That's all you have. Because everything is -8, -11, or -7.
Pain. I was like, if that frame traps, I bought respect, but it doesn't.
Oh, everything frames up. You can frame trap into just 5S from into that. 5S change your future.
Oh, that's sick.
That's just 5S and change your future.
Why does he keep... Bro, just stop switching. Oh, because he's trying to mash, because there's a gap. I guess you could do that. That's pretty cool. That'll catch a lot of
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And then you do 214M Super Dash instead, because that loses to Super Dash, but if you do 214M into Super Dash...
Why is this -5? Let it be plus! Gogeta's plus!
Vegeta can be 2H'd. But, -2 would be fine. I wouldn't complain for -2. -5 is a lot. Trunks was forgotten in the patch notes.
Okay. Give me 1 second, guys.
Trunks was forgotten in the patch notes when they gave assist more hit stun, and when they gave characters more change the frame data. Trunks is still the same. Yeah. You remember when they had a lot of hits done on the assist, and then they nerfed him, and then they buffed every other assist except him?
He can't 4L.
No, he can't. But he has 12-12.
Okay, but Gogeta has both.
Don't ask questions. Yeah, CTF assist had more hits done, but they forgot about him when they buffed good Vegito assist. Why is it cursed? I mean, you can just do flip mix if you want.
I am having a hard time with this character, bro.
That's cool. That's cool because that's not the point of your stream anyway.
Yeah, but I want to play Trunks now because this beam is OD.
We'll play. I'll teach you Trunks another time. Talk about Kefla.
Point is, Kefla is really, really good. If you're gonna build a team, focus on DHC synergy.
So funny.
You're gonna.
The future refuses to change.
So we don't talk about 16. So
16's in the game?
no, but I mean, so what we're gonna do, okay? What you want to do when you're building a team with Kefla, pick a fast assist, pick high DHC damage, and if you pick a slow assist, pick an assist that either gives her a lot of block stun to work with, so she can do some cursed mix-ups, or pick her one with a lot of visual noise that helps hide her. Otherwise, if you want to do something like, depending on how you want to play, consider how you want to play. If you want to play short range assists, you're going to have to be highly mobile with Kefla, which is fine. If you prefer a safer method, a safer method of neutral, just call a beam and then do this.
But though I was like,
this is a very good pattern, by the way. Being able to do this is really nice. Yep.
You said she take high damage DHCs.
Yeah.
Wouldn't average damage DHCs be fine?
It would be fine, but high damage.
Because
high damage DHCs.
Thinking about my team who has terrible THC supers.
Your team has pretty decent damage. Basically, you want your level 1 to do more than 800.
I'm thinking about my previous team. Okay.
Oh, your previous team. Okay.
Vidal GT Trunks. I have bad supers, but I managed to kill almost all the time. Like, I rarely had issues. Just because Trunks was fine. So since Kefla has good supers, I think you can just play her with quotes average supers.
You can, but
and you're still gonna kill.
You can, but you shouldn't.
What do you mean you shouldn't?
You shouldn't, because if you have the options to play a high damage DHC, you basically get to net a lot more that she builds. Because if you have really bad DHCs and whatnot, the chances of you having to go into level 1 are pretty high. But with the amount of damage that she's able to do and the amount of bar that she builds per damage, you can actually get away with level 1 in a lot of cases.
I mean, I have the same thing with Vidal, but I'm still killing, which is the most important thing.
No. Play Vidal B with Kefla. Kefla likes Vidal B.
Yeah, Vidal A is not very good.
Yeah, it's really not very good.
Why Kaiden played cooler?
I'm about to answer that. Does she like key blast assists like Janemba A? Yes, but her pressure will have to look very different. But the reason why she likes it is because mid-screen, this is her most dangerous starter, because she has a TOD anywhere on the screen with just one assist from 1 bar, and if she has both assists, 0 bar TODs on GT Goku. So you definitely want to have that available to you. So anything that baits 2H is really good, and if I call a Key Blast assist, a lot of people like to guard cancel Reflect or guard cancel Super Dash. That's death. So,
and another thing, like I was saying earlier, any pressure that uses Key Blast, if you can add a cross up in there, it's good. Like I mentioned Piccolo A, but Janemba A kind of works for that too. So like Zoom or just cross ups, and she has good cross up buttons. Because if you have E-Blast properties in your cross-up mix-up, it's really, really tough to properly reflect it, and if you mess up, you die.
Yeah, exactly.
And Geneble's pretty easy to confirm.
Exactly. Why does Kaiden play cooler with Kefla 18? A couple of reasons. So
Because he likes cooler.
the big thing, it's not just that he likes cooler. This team has
one of them.
absolutely ridiculous three-way synergy. This team truly does function in literally any order he puts it in. There are a couple of really big advantages of this team. The biggest one is the fact that this team will fucking kill you if you get so much as sneezed on. Because this asshole has one of the highest damaging level 1s in the game. 908. That is too short off of Teen Gohan, and that's when he plants the dumbass tree. So he is going to maximize the amount of damage and bar that Kefla builds, and he very rarely needs to do level 1, level 1, level 1, because sometimes level 1 into cooler is enough. Like, that's ridiculous amounts of damage. All of these characters have very good Oki. A lot of them have very good pressure. Oh, not that. Is it this? Yeah. Like, that's dumb. Especially because he likes to do this. Or, like, this.
Wait.
Maybe not that.
That's plus. Why would he do that? That's plus.
I don't know. I've seen him do that a couple of times. I guess to, like, hide the DR, or to, like, maybe erroneously think he's not going to get 2H.
Hide the overhead.
Yeah.
Probably. Or make it safe. How do I say that? Close the gap, the frame trap, you know?
Yeah. God.
If it's a frame trap, you can't 2H, but if you don't do anything, you can be 2H. Or make it look like a Dragon Rush, since he complained recently on Twitter about Cooler being able to get 2H and Dragon Rush being taked by 2H.
Yeah. 236M is very slow. Like, honestly, if you don't 2H this, you're bad at the game. No, I'm kidding. If you don't 2H the medium version,
if you don't block the 2M version, like,
yeah,
it's time to buy some glasses.
it's time to train. Let me say that.
Wait, you 2H all versions?
This is a frame trap, I believe. Oh, not that.
Are you really sure you 2H all versions?
I believe Mask, because Mask is absolutely crazy, and I'm fairly certain.
Are you sure you don't do 2H when he does 6M2?
I just can't wait for her to get hit with this. Wait until she starts learning how to tech DR, and then I can't wait for her to tech this.
Like, I'm saying you can 2H them all, but you're probably gonna try to 2H when it's not the dive.
You did well.
I did do well.
But yeah, no, this is very, very, very dumb. And this whole team is...
There's another reason why Kaiden would play cooler. And it's because Kaiden is very defensive. And Cooler is a great defensive character, and his assist is DP.
It's not just a DP. It's a DP that covers the GT angle.
That's true, yeah. So it's...
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Cooler not only like works with that team, but it also fits Kaiden's gameplay.
It fits Kaiden's gameplay, but more importantly, Kefla and 18 are both characters that prefer to remain grounded. And this forces everyone back down to the ground. And she just runs up and runs her game plan. It's very hard to avoid her. It's very hard to approach her because she could be doing this and running away. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to move forward. And then she just calls that. And then you get jailed, and now it's her turn.
He played Cooler in Season 1.
This is very good. He played Cooler, yeah. He played Cooler in every season. He played 18 in Season 2. But what I'm saying is, I'm talking about this specific team and what this specific team gave him. The three-way synergy between this team is incredibly strong. Kefla and 18 use this incredibly well. But another reason why he runs Cooler is this. This plus DP is dumb. But the dumbest thing he can do is this. Well, that
is pretty dumb.
That's ridiculous. This is what I like to call the Frieza killer. This is why I like to call Frieza low tier. Because Frieza can't do shit here.
Even if he blocks, it's not his turn.
Even if he blocks, it's not his turn. And then that happens.
I think if you block that in the air, the punch, and he does 5S, he's plus.
And that jails on top of that.
Yeah, but 3H 5S.
Yeah.
That's blocked if people. That's plus if people block it in the air.
I mean, even not, he's safe. So he can play the Reflect Mind game here if he wants. This nullifies all of his opponent's projectiles. 18 barrier keeps him safe from literally everything barring supers. That is dumb. And then on top of that, Kefla has this. That gives him a lot of screen control. So now he can do stuff like to keep him safe.
But that move that gives her screen control is pretty big commitment. You can jump over it and finish her. But not when she has Cooler and 18 assists.
Yeah. This is really good because Kaiden can just do this, and then... Oh, shit, I missed. They're over me? My turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's calling one of his assists. That makes his defensive game plan really strong.
This team is borderline impossible to approach. However, there are weaknesses of it, and we saw those weaknesses when he fought Wade. If there's anything that can be said about Wade, it's that Wade is an absolute...
What if I'm more involved than you?
Wade is an absolute crackhead. Wade's team is this, but on steroids. And Wade...
Not anymore because UIA was nerfed.
Yeah, but Wade is very good at, like, squeezing his opponents as well. So, like, he'll find something that he knows you're bad at dealing with, and he will abuse it until you die. He's very, 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 very good at that. And his team is very difficult for this team to deal with, because what do you do against Hit? Like, haha, it's my turn, I call barrier, and then Hit just puts his hands in your pockets, and you have to hold that. So... UI barrier as well, and also Cooler. Cooler has very good pressure. Like, Cooler can do, like, this, and buy a lot of respect. But, like, the problem, because a lot of characters, you know, like, even though he's minus, like, who the hell can reach him here? Who's going to mash here? Because Cooler just wants to talk. Cooler just wants to talk. He can make himself safe at any point with this, and if he does it at max range, it's 0 on block. So, like, he may have good pressure, but the problem here, right, is the fact that his pressure is very limited. He's only good at doing a handful of things. So while he can open you up, and he has a really, really, really good toolkit to open you up with, the fact that he's so limited means that if he's struggling to open his opponent up, or his opponent is ready for every option that Cooler can throw at him, Cooler can't really do anything except return to neutral. And in neutral... Cooler's very good at negating neutral. Cooler has big buttons, but Cooler can't really do anything. And Kefla Assist is not anywhere near active enough where it can make up for a lot of flaws and make for easy neutral. So this team, while being incredibly strong for Kaiden, is also very difficult to play. It's very hard to play this team. And then there's 18, who's got nothing in the air. Like, she's got this... And she's got, like, this. But that's about it. Like, her air-to-airs, her JM is great for cross-ups and nothing else. It hits very low. This is very nice. This is very nice, but very stubby. The strength of that team was just Kaiden. Lol, sort of. Kasuga played that team, and Kasuga has been very successful with that team. Like... Cooler is not a bad option there. It's just really difficult, and all three of these characters are characters that you kind of need to be good at the game in order to use effectively, I would say. Like, you can't just be, like, learning the game and then pick up this team and then expect to see as much success as somebody of similar skill level to you playing, like, UI Vegito base coup. Like, that team is a lot more user-friendly. This team, like, you kind of not just... I would say you have to almost be good at fighting games, right, Star? What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a team that, like, anyway, like, using 18A You have like to get good results with it. You have to be good at fighting games. You have to understand what's happening,
Yeah.
which is why I never used it.
Yeah. But this pairing is cursed. Oh. Press one if you got hit. And then she puts you in a 50-50. Plus one if you got hit.
Your team's good, sure.
Yeah, your team is very
Trunks
good.
like them. It's just not the same.
Yeah. I would say Azure's team is a little bit more consistent at high level than Kaiden's and easier to use. Depending
It's
on their
less
trunks.
focused on defense.
Yeah.
It's more flexible, I guess.
This character is evil. Honestly.
She used to be way worse.
Oh yeah, I remember. Dude, I played her in season 2. I remember when she had the 4-way mix-ups on solo snap.
I'm friend with someone who used to be the best 18 in the world in season 1.
How do you tech that?
You don't.
How do you tech that? Like, like how do you tech that? Seriously, what are you supposed to do?
Don't take. No, we don't. We DP. Oh wait, no. Bubble.
Yeah.
Roll level 3. That's the take. Roll level 3.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. Wait, what was it?
Huh?
Yeah, we play UI and we do level like no. So you do any characters level 1 into UI and you save. No, Tien. Tien is actually super safe on block.
Oh, that's another. This assist is great for super dash plus one assist.
Kefla in S3. Yeah, I mean she would be top tier.
Oh yeah, imagine Rayzone on incoming. Snap loops.
Why? I mean, at the same time, why use Razon when you can play Tingohan and do loops?
He can't do loops. He just does fuzzies.
He used to do loops, fuzzy loops.
Team Gohan?
Yeah, we snap.
They weren't necessarily loops. He would just gel them into another lelele and then do H legs. Like I don't remember the conditions to sustainably fuzzy. But what made Team Gohan really dumb, and I didn't tell you this, but I didn't tell you guys this about Snap with Team Gohan. But just so you know, if you had GT Goku on the team, Team Gohan could actually TOD you from the fuzzy confirm. From 0 bar.
GT could, like Wawa. No, worse. Wawa had Pogo. No, he had JL Fuzzy into Pogo TODs with GT Goku.
Mean.
So we're on the 18 side quest now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I really like this character.
We went Trunks, Cooler, 18. I'm the one going off topic.
Yeah. Point is, that wraps up Kefla. These are her best partners. I honestly think more people should play her. She's really, really, really cool.
Really strong.
And I like her a lot.
I don't remember. Did we talk about her weaknesses?
Yes, we did. Her weaknesses...
That took like 1 whole second because she has none.
She's extremely solid in nearly every regard, but she has 2 big weaknesses. One of them is, even though she has great air mobility, her lack of ability to control space in the air can be a bit problematic and forcing you to remain grounded.
Yeah, she doesn't have air specials.
That's kind of an issue, because it means that she can't do stuff like if I were Blue Goku or like Bardock, you could lariat in the air and call an assist.
Even escaping corner is kind of harder.
No, escaping corner with Kefla's fine, because Zoom leaves him pretty far. Like,
if you have 18.
No, because like, okay, jump. Who's catching me?
What?
Who's catching me from this distance? If I up tech?
She's really going this far.
What?
I didn't think she was going this far.
Oh yeah, no, she goes very far. Even here, it's pretty dumb.
Yeah. What? No, oh come on, she's teleporting.
Yeah.
No, she lands one, like she doesn't land where she should.
Yeah. Okay. So if she uptechs and then lays it, it's not crazy. It's not great, but she can also just do that. She can escape the corner just fine, especially if she has a fast assist like that, because then she just calls the assist and plants it.
Yeah, no, that way, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, Sugar. I think something was really weird with that teleport.
Yeah, she can do it really high. She has to be extremely high in the ground. So like if you do the Goichi thing where you super jump and then escape your opponent's pressure, that's how you get that.
That's okay, yeah. And it's invul, so
Yeah, it's invul, and she's not attackable until she hits the
no.
ground.
Still, it's really strong. I'm still putting it half as a weakness because there's a big condition that you have to be really high. If you get that height, you're free.
Even so, not really. It just requires an assist, but most people call an assist there anyway. Like Kaiden and Kasuga both escape the corner this way from time to time. Like he'll just do this.
Yeah.
Like it's fine.
When if you watch Wawa play Videl, he's gonna do 236H all the time to escape, and he doesn't need. There's no condition as long as you have half a bar.
Yeah,
You're free.
exactly. I mean, it's fine to do that, but I won't say it's as effective as having like Bardock double jump lariat out of the corner.
Exactly. That's just what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like she works, but because she doesn't have that air lariat that some characters have, it's a little bit harder to escape corner.
I would also say it's a little bit
not as bad as Yamcha or Hit, but
yeah, she can escape the corner, which is better than characters like Teen Gohan. But
Gohan, Yamcha, Hit,
they have to hold it.
Yeah.
The worst thing that you can do with another big weakness with Kefla is actually her level 3. Her level 3 hits on frame 24, which means this is actually a very, very big interaction. I think it's this one. No.
Other quarter circle.
Other quarter circle, right. I forget he has Genki Dama. I forget it exists now. Thank God. So that's a very common situation to happen. If your opponent knows you're going to 6M, or they're able to react to it, you can get level 3 for it. Kefla will get safe jump there, because her level 3 is so slow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just block?
You could just block, but it's... You could just block, but... That's a big advantage. Especially if you have a character like Blue Goku, for example, that can pick the side he ends up on. So
yes, it's still a minor weakness.
It's not minor because even on level 3, like if she reversal level 3s and your opponent's pressuring you and they stagger, it's very easy to bait her level 3s, even in situations where your opponent would have been wrong otherwise, and that is also her only frame 1 reversal. Which means that it can be really... she's defensively a little bit on the weaker side. Like, she's a very offensive...
Better than... I think that's fine.
I think it's fine, too.
Trunks gets hit if you try to level 3 6M.
Yeah, but the trade-off of that is that he can level 3 a safe jump.
And the trade-off of yours is that you can level 3 from anywhere.
Yeah, which is why it's not that bad. I would take the safe jump over it, but I think that's kind of a problem, especially if you play a very defensive oriented build. It puts a lot more emphasis on having really good and careful defense, which can be a weakness depending on your particular defense.
I do think if you know the 6M is coming, or if you can react to it.
Yeah.
6M, just success, for us, reflect. You don't have to throw 3 bars.
You can also just mash.
which is actually or just mash.
But if you mash,
if you think about it,
if you
Brawl
mash,
Supers is very ineffective.
yeah. But we'll talk about the 6M situation. But the point is she doesn't have a level 1 reversal. That's very, very good. She doesn't need one, but that is a particular weakness that she has. Your mileage may vary on how much you consider that a weakness. Another big problem that she has is that an extremely high hit stun. Like, let's say if I do this. Let's see if I can pull it off. Oh, almost. That's too low. There we go.
What happens at high hit stun?
At high hit stun, she loses the ability to be able to do this.
And we do true success?
Yeah, like she'll have to do this. That. Which can cost her damage. Because
I mean,
JS
you're
is,
not max hit stun.
JS is prone to whiff. So
Yeah, but you are max hit stun.
that's okay.
You didn't get there, like, you didn't get there by accident. You already did a whole combo before
The
that.
thing is that she gets to high hit stun a lot quicker than other characters because of this and this and this. So you have to be very careful managing her combos, basically.
I never had that issue, but I didn't extend them too hard.
Yeah, it's very hard to extend her combos effectively. But fortunately, she does a metric fuck ton of damage, so who cares?
I think if you stay on BNBs and simple extensions, you can almost never encounter that problem.
Yeah, but if you do that,
still be fine.
you don't build 2 bars.
But you don't drop combos.
There we go. You just have to be a little bit more perfect with your inputs. But the JH5L links, those are very, very tough.
That's why I'm saying it's fine to stay on BNBs for a while.
Oh, I almost had it there too. Fuck. Whatever. Point is, don't listen to Star. Because don't listen to Star about that. Like, yes, you can be simple, but sometimes you just gotta go for the sauce. And honestly, sometimes, depending on the combo that you do, it could be the difference between killing or not. And if you're fighting a Z Broly, make sure he dies.
I'm just saying don't start with the sauce.
Yeah, don't start with the sauce. These are just problems that you will encounter. This can get super dashed depending on the angle that they hit you from. It's not supposed to get super dashed by design, so that kind of sucks, honestly.
You have JL and JM who are great at beating it anyway.
Yeah, but depends. This is pretty cool, but point is, be careful with this.
Oh, it is, but if you want to beat that super dash in the air, just JL.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah?
I want it to be fine. I want let it beat super dash. Buff this. Make it faster. Make it faster.
Just JL, bro. You get a better combo anyway.
Make it faster.
Don't touch that character.
No, improve her, and definitely give JS more hit stun.
No, don't touch her.
Let's see if I can do it. Damn.
Yeah, that's a thing you can do?
Yeah, under certain conditions, she can actually solo confirm with super dash off of JS. If we find a way to make that consistent, this becomes a whole lot fucking stronger.
Yeah, so let's don't do that.
We'll find it. We're working on it.
The evil scientist at Kefla & Co.
Buff Kefla. Give her a better...
Buff GT.
Buff GT2. Give him his 5LL back. He deserves it.
And good, give him
his A
my assist back.
Give him his A assist. What else does he have, honestly? If you want to take something, take Pogo. Make it a mid instead of a low.
No, Pogo's a mid.
I thought Pogo hits low.
Which one?
His Pogo thing?
JS or J2S?
Meta did not.
2S or J2S?
Meta did not find it. Meta just labbed it.
2S or J2S?
I guess it's J2S. Whichever one hits low.
J2S is not a low.
Okay, whichever one hits low.
2S is a low.
Okay, make it a low.
Just block low.
Make it a mid. Make it a mid.
Why?
Make it a mid. Because fuck him. Fuck this character. Buff Goku Black. Facts. Facts.
Yeah, buff Goku Black, but leave me my low. It's useless anyway.
No, it's not useless, bro. I've seen some of the cursed stuff you're able to do with this. Don't lie to these kids. Don't lie to these kids. Pretend.
No.
Don't sit here and be like,
GT
has no mix.
2S setups the mix. It's not the mix. 2S is not a mix. It's a setup to the mix.
Oh, cool. Oh god, that's actually hard to confirm. Damn. Buff Janemba. No, leave Janemba alone.
Yeah, leave Janemba alone. We don't need him.
We don't need him to be top tier. That is not a character you want to be top tier.
Let me check. Because now I have doubts. No, J2S is not low.
Who cares?
So it's fine.
Whichever one is a low.
It's fine.
Whichever one is a low, make it a mid.
Why do you want it to be a mid?
Because I don't want this character to exist.
Just crouch block.
I don't want this character to exist. Yeah. Oh, no, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's buff this. Let's make this 20 frames. It's not that bad. Just make it. Just stand block, bro. Just stand block, bro.
What the fuck are you on about?
That's fine.
You're supposed to default to crouch block. So now, who's the guy that wanted to hear about Vegeta?
Yeah, situations like that happen, and that sucks.
And Quays. The guy that wanted to hear about Vegeta left.
It's fine.
Too bad.
I wasn't really here to talk about Gogeta, to be honest, but...
I mean, you're done with your Kefla thing, so we could have talked about
If you guys have any questions, go ahead and let us know. I can get it. I just haven't practiced in a while. I used to be able to get this like 5 times in a row, and I pulled it off on real matches. I pulled it off on you, Azure. What do you mean? Yeah, it's been a while. What's your least favorite character to play and play against, excluding Roshi, because that feels like an easy answer? I don't mind fighting Roshi. I just don't like Roshi as a character. I hate
for
Baby.
Both of us.
I despise Baby. Baby
can die.
Baby is the epitome of everything that I fucking hate about this game. And the worst part is, the insulting part of this, is that he's annoying, but it's not even good. It's just annoying. Like, you win, and you don't feel good about winning because you just had to fight.
No, you never do. It's like, oh, I baited your dumb monkey level 3. Wow, I didn't even have to use my brain to bait it because it was obvious you would do it. I hate Baby players.
I hate Baby as well.
It's not even the character. I mean, I do hate the character. It's just that somehow, for some reason, Baby players online are the biggest crackheads in the whole game.
Not only that, but they get carried by like, oh, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this. And then like they get super dashed, and then they start crying, and then you're like, what am I doing?
Ain't the future and Vidal success.
Bro. Do you know what I did to a Baby player, and I made him rage quit?
Zoom?
I just did that. And he was like, what do I do?
What I do is just like, they just stand there. They do the move that comes back, and they just stand there. And with Vidal, I do 6H, and if I had the right team, that would be a TOD starter. 6H mid-screen would be a TOD starter with the right characters.
It
goes through projectiles.
I just love that like...
Just play cooler, bro.
I just love that American players are like, this character's top tier, bro. Like the Kill Sage, I love you, but bro, no. I'm sorry.
You know what? I want to play UI again. I want to play UI again just so I can walk through it.
That would be so cool.
You remember the reason why I play UI?
Yeah.
Is just because I want to go through stuff.
And then he has like the most boring pressure to defend against on top of that. Like, like, oh, look at that. I'm so good at the game. I can pressure. I have stagger pressure. Oh. Like, that's literally the only good thing he has.
I DP so much against baby. It's free. Though that jam is nice.
No,
like
I
that
love
jam.
his JM, actually. I actually think his air buttons are really... His air buttons, I like a lot. Like, oh my god, dude, can you imagine this in Season 2? Whew! Whew! Hello?
He still whips against GT. Can you imagine it's Season 2?
I was about to say... I was literally about to say, bro, he could fuzzy. Oh.
No. Can you imagine? Can you imagine this in the season where GT was the best? Yeah, sure.
I mean, imagine him trying to universal fuzzy.
Like, he just looks so dumb with his little punch. Like, oh no.
Oh no.
No, it could. No, okay, maybe
Can somebody
it could
clip
fuzzy.
this, please?
No.
Can somebody clip this?
Listen, maybe it could fuzzy because
No, he could definitely fuzzy. Like,
your,
this is...
your hitbox is bigger when you're blocking. Well, okay, maybe it sucks.
This character sucks.
Maybe he sucks.
Uh...
So yeah, we hate baby, but because he's annoying.
Yeah, I hate baby because just I don't like.
And he's
character.
ugly.
Another
And
character.
baby players are weird.
Like, here's the thing. I also have fun zoning, like, against a good zoning Frieza because there's more. It's kind of like a pressure situation. He's not really.
There's no
great
good
at it.
zoning Frieza.
Huh?
There's no good zoning Frieza.
Okay. Well, you kind of have certain situations. When did this turn into a baby roast? Someone asked me what our least favorite character was, and that's why. This character is awful. If you play this character, I worry about you. No, I'm kidding. If you really like this character, then do you, I guess. But I mean, I'm not gonna say he's all bad. Like, his support is amazing. He's probably one of the best mids to play with Kefla. Like, speaking of Kefla, because Kefla loves his assists, but
He's so good when you're not playing him.
yeah, he's so good when he's not on the screen. Janemba, baby Z Broly player here. Oof. So what I'm hearing from you is you don't want to play the game. Got it.
Wow.
I mean, your team is great because it has Z Broly on it, so when the other characters die, you're actually winning.
No, okay, Janemba's a good character.
Janemba's a great character, actually. I do like him a lot.
Though I don't really like him that much. To play against him.
Oh god, we're angering the mid-level player star. What's happening? You see, if this was safe on block, this would actually be pretty cool. Like,
Z-Body touch. Bro, Z-Body touch. Explain that.
I don't know.
Mystery
lol
Science can
player,
explain. Top 5 Mystery Science can explain Z-Body untouched.
I almost like.
No,
his job.
Janemba's good. Janemba's good.
Janemba's
I don't know
very
if I don't know if I would play it with Baby and Brody. You know.
Janemba's
That's just
very
me.
good. Believe it or not, Janemba's actually really good.
I know I wouldn't play him with this team because when I played him, I didn't play it with this team.
You could play him with Z Broly because Z Broly is basically the insurance policy. But I definitely wouldn't play him point. I would definitely want to play him mid. Like,
He's cool. His ASS is actually good. Even if I talk shit today on my stream about it.
no, baby is like... Oh, not baby. Janemba is really cool.
No, you do JH, J2H, and then Hell's Gate. Hell's Gate.
I'm trying to remember what the mix-up I came up with was. I don't remember it because it's been a while. That's pretty cool. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's neat.
But if you have an assist, you can just set up Hell's Gate
Yeah.
after a jam.
I feel like I have a lot of hot takes about this character and people who main this character, to be honest. I don't know if I want to give those hot takes on stream, to be honest, but I do like Janemba because I think his staggers are actually kind of nice because they have a really, really good amount of spacing. Like, it's very hard to challenge him in certain places. And also, I like...
Oh, his 5M is really, really good.
Yeah, his 5M is like... That's insane.
Asia was there today when I played against the Janemba, and it was funny. You saw the clip, Ken?
I did.
I'm fine. Gets hit in the face.
I really like this. Like, this is actually a great button to, like, kind of like Bardock 5LL. Like, this just has really good drag down.
Azure, that's actually a very important thing. You need to always think you're fine. Sometimes you're not.
I guess, yeah, but, like, what do you do to follow up here? That's why I'm, like, I'm not a huge fan of this.
5M236L.
Or 236L.
It's fine. I just like 5M because it reaches far and has pretty good.
Yeah, it reaches far and it's a very good, like, it's a very good stagger button actually, because he can do the Gogeta thing. Where
I just hate everything else.
I like his 2L.
Yeah, you can do that.
I like his 2L a lot.
Yeah, no, 2L is good. It's just.
I don't like his jab.
No, jab is fine. It's not the best, but it's fine. M buttons are good, but everything past M is eh.
Pretty bad.
Like, when I play Janemba online, I just DP every time, and they always go into the 5H, and they forget that they can't, you know? And it's not really nice when you play Janemba to not have that.
I like that reset a lot, actually. Like, that reset is... Like, that's really cool. Because that is farther than most characters can kind of reach you. Unless you're GT Goku and you have the tiniest fucking hitbox, but...
This is why I play GT.
But... Like, that's really good. I mean, Bardock will still clock you here. But, you know...
Yeah. The sauce, huh?
But...
The thing about Janemba sauce that is really effective. It's not just sauce. But that's, you know, that's kind of why you would play him mid, right? To have the bar to spend on the sauce.
He has a pretty good cross-up button, actually. Like, this is really good. That's really good.
Yeah, no, it's good. He has 2S also, that is nice if your opponent respects what you do. 2S, no, just 2S.
Yeah, well, it's just like this.
On the ground. Yeah, because that puts you in the air, so you can do 2S to teleport. And air teleport has more options than ground teleport. So if your opponent likes to respect a lot, that's a very good thing to do.
We'll definitely talk about this character when he gets his own breakdown, but I'm kind of just vibing.
Yeah, like, but we don't know any. Are there any? Is there anyone that plays Janemba in the world? But there's Alucard.
Not well. I don't know. We might just have to lab him, honestly, and research.
There's Alucard.
Yeah, we can talk about. We can try to talk to Alucard, I guess.
One day.
Tell us a little bit about the Janemba.
And look at what he does.
Yeah. He's got good cross-up buttons. I like him. Like, this is actually pretty strong. The ability to dash up and then cross up immediately and still hit, like...
No, well, that whiffs on crouch block.
Yeah, but if they're good, they're not really going to crouch.
If they're good. I thought you were... I was supposed to assume that everyone was bad.
I do.
My accent is amazing. No. Hey, wait, that's... You were on my stream earlier.
Yeah, he's a subscriber.
Oh, that explains it.
He also was present for our podcast recording.
Oh, that's... Oh, okay. That's you with the green profile picture. I'm really bad at remembering names.
Wow, stars. It's not like
yo.
Kill, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so you guys can actually ask us any questions you want for now. We have a little bit of time, and then we have to kind of ship out. It is getting late for Star, and I have some stuff I need to do. But let's see, I found that
It's
6S,
not even midnight yet.
2S plus makes it so 5L's whiff. You can get a 5M punish. That is cool. You know.
I have a question,
Yeah.
but it's not about the game. What does having an amazing accent means?
I don't know.
Is it really bad? Like, is he surprised that I can speak English well, or like
You make English
I
better
sound-
than native. You make English sound better than native English speakers.
okay, that's cool. That's what I wanted to know. Janemba. No, I had another thing that I want to say about Janemba, but I forgot.
I keep wanting to press JH, and I get sad every time.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine because you can do 3 overheads with it, and his jam really like makes up for it. It's just you need just to get used to it. What I like to do is JM, J2H, and Hell's Gate. With an assist, of course. Having non-American accent sounds cool to us. Yeah.
What console do we play on? PC. The rest don't really exist unless you're competing in tournaments.
We have it on PS4, but
Yeah.
JM, J2H, Hell's Gate, and at the same time you can assist. Yeah, that's a ban.
Yeah. You want to take care of that?
Yeah. That's gonna be a temporary ban or permanent ban?
Permanent.
Permanent. And let me delete. How do I delete message?
It was already deleted.
No, I see it still.
No, it says message deleted by moderator for me.
No, okay.
You play on PS4? What?
Well, the moment I hop off, something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, regardless. That's... he's killed. But that's basically where we're at right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Kefla breakdown and whatnot. I feel like it's really cool. We definitely want to do this with more characters down the line. Like, this is actually something that we plan on doing for pretty much the entire cast, if anything. We do have a lot of stuff in the pipeline, so there are a couple
Except baby.
Except baby. We're not doing baby. Basically, we do have a couple of updates for everyone here. One of the biggest updates that we have right now is, unfortunately, we will not be streaming on Saturday for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to try to stream on Friday because I'm going to be able to get some of that time off. But come Easter, I will likely be working that Friday and Saturday, so unfortunately I will not be available. Next week, we actually have 2 masterclasses planned. So we're going to have one on Monday with just me, and then we're going to have a very special one as we start going into more complex situations with Star, and we're going to try to have that on Friday if Star is available.
Right? Yeah.
We also have...
I don't know, man.
We will also have our ring match evaluations coming up pretty soon. Keep an eye out for ring match evaluations on either Tuesday night or Wednesday night. It will be on either one, depending on what time they decide to go into maintenance. The biggest part of announcement that we have, because we've been having such a good time, the biggest announcement that we have, because we're having such a good time with our ring matches, we are actually going to start having monthly tournaments between subscribers. Star and I will definitely be hosting the tournaments together. We will likely be scheduling it for a time where we have a Saturday off and both of us are going to commentate, watch you guys perform, and evaluate. But more importantly, we're also going to prepare you for the tournament because a lot of you guys haven't competed yet, and we want you to have that experience because it's really cool and it's really, really, really fun. The first tournament,
it's always fun.
The first tournament that we have coming up is scheduled for April 13th, and it will be between my Angel trainees. So Top Tie, Azure, Bamkey, and Ryan will all be going head-to-head against each other, and I will be personally preparing each one of them for the tournament.
Are you sure you want to... Wait, is it when I'm going to be asleep?
No. No, the tournament's
Because
going to be
like
around this time, or like the
I
time
just
we
want to
finish.
say it's what's the second day of the week?
Uh, Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Wanted Day.
I'm not going to do a tournament on Tuesday. It's on Saturday,
You said it's 13.
April 13th.
Yeah,
Pretty sure that's a Saturday, no? Maybe I'm wrong.
13th is not. No, it's 17th is a Saturday.
That is possible. Did I get my dates wrong? You are correct.
It's
Yeah,
we
I
can
meant the 17th is when it's going to happen.
17th. Okay, yeah, because like 13 is it's a bad
Or we
number.
can make it really fun and do it on the 10th. That would be sick.
You choose. I'm always free.
We'll probably do it on the 10th.
Just don't do it on Wanted Day.
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to do it unwanted.
uh,
Uh,
um,
Tournaments just seem like ring match evals with extra steps. No, they're not. No, they're not. If you've never competed in a tournament, trust me, no, it's not. Tournaments are
no,
infinitely more stressful.
yeah, it's really stressful, even online.
Yeah, even online, especially online. I would say, like, online, they're more stressful, to be honest.
I hate online tournaments, bro.
I have competed in an online tournament.
I'm almost not excited to competing in Cruelty Gear Strive because everything's gonna be online. And I hate online tournaments. I love offline tournaments.
But basically, what's going to happen is probably on the 10th, I'm going to prepare each one of them for the tournament, and we're going to have an Angel Trainee tournament, and that's going to be excellent. We're going to see which one of them is going to be the strongest of them all, and then shortly after that, we're going to have a subscriber tournament. So if you're interested in participating in the tournament, getting trained up, and seeing who's the best out of the people and the regulars here, make sure you do subscribe so we can get you into the Discord and get you up to speed so you can really test your mettle against everyone else. We will start releasing more information as the time comes and certain requirements and rules. But for now, we just wanted to announce the tournament. Something else that we have going down the pipeline, we've talked about a podcast. Star and I have actually successfully recorded an episode, and that should hopefully be up by next week. So expect a link there, and you can follow the link, or you can find us posting that on our YouTube channel. So make sure to check us out on YouTube and Twitter for more information about
And I
that.
forgot to put the YouTube link on Twitter, on Twitch. I'm gonna do that. Someone asked if there's a winner. Is there a prize for the winner?
Yes, we're working on that. But there is definitely going to be a prize for the winner, and that prize will likely be more training.
Okay, you know what? I have an idea. What if, maybe we won't do that, but what if the winner gets to add an emote to the Discord? Obviously, with us agreeing to it,
We'll
don't
see.
choose something dumb, but
We'll see.
We'll
See
talk
what
about
they. We'll see if you guys
That's
are
an
interested
idea
in
I have.
if you guys are interested in participating and you guys would like a prize, go ahead and let us know. That way we have some suggestions. You can catch us at any time. You can catch us at any time in the Twitter. Hey, what's up, Batman? Unfortunately, you caught us on the way out, but how are you doing?
I also have another thing to say because I'm streaming,
Oh,
so
Star is definitely streaming. Go ahead and show him some love.
I won't always be streaming Dragon Ball Fighters, but I will be streaming Fighters. So if you want to talk about characters, I can lab them live and we can talk about that. I saw East, like Kyo, Easty, who wanted to know about 17. Uh, I don't know if we're gonna do a 17 breakdown anytime soon, because we have a lot of characters that we know and we want to talk about before that. But if you come to my stream, I can talk about 17, briefly and lab with you and see what we can do with him. Not a full breakdown, but just exploring possibilities. I can do that.
Definitely check out Star's stream, guys. He will be streaming at a different time than we normally do here. It will probably be closer to this time for an American audience. But if you're in the EU, especially, please check out Star. Give him some love. attend his streams. You can learn a lot about Vidal. You can learn a lot about the game, and he's pretty interesting. So go ahead and check him out. You can also check out Heartburner Hannah. You've seen her; she is psychotic in this chat. She's a manager for the stream. Definitely go ahead and check it out. The links will be up pretty soon, and I will definitely retweet them on Twitter. So keep an eye out for that. Let's see.
I can just throw mine in the chat, and maybe I can throw both in the chat actually.
Do it.
Here, that's mine. And size here. Wait, it's not size anymore.
No, it's Heartburner Hannah.
Oh. I don't have her anymore.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I have her. I'm stupid.
Make sure to follow them, guys. They are really lovely people. They do stream fighting game content from time to time.
I think. Right? We're gonna do a vote for the next one.
A what?
A vote for a poll for the next character that we see.
Maybe. Actually, it depends. Do you think you can get us a guest? Because I know a character I really want to talk to or talk about, but it doesn't feel right doing it without a guest.
Who is it?
I'm sure you could think of which guest might be interested, but Vegito.
I knew it.
I really want to talk about Vegito to an American audience because I feel like a lot of them don't understand how dumb this character is.
Knew it.
Do you think you can make that happen, Star? I'm not
For
getting
when?
Charmander. No, I would get a real Vegito player. I'm sorry.
Who is Charmander?
I don't know, man. Someone in the Vegito Discord, I guess.
So, if we're getting a Vegito player, I can get Yasha, Jila, Wawa.
I would rather save Wawa for something else.
Yeah, I guess, but you know that's the three I know.
I would probably say Jilla because I would want Yasha to come in and talk about Team Gohan if he can come in.
Yeah, I mean, I can try, to see who I can get. And if Jila can't or doesn't want to, I can ask Yasha.
That will definitely be the next character.
Yeah. Like they play like monkeys, but they're actually pretty smart.
Yeah, I would love to learn about Team Gohan and these characters for them. Yes, it did. It happened a while ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't about the character. We just hung out with him.
It was technically about the character, to be honest, but
yeah, Vegeta.
yeah, it was definitely about Gogeta.
I think he had a good I remember him saying he had a good time, even though it was not easy with English and French.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I asked him to come back for Beerus or Nappa, he would do it. I think.
I would hope so. I would love to learn. Do you guys have any tips about Goku Black? Pick a different character.
Don't play Goku Black.
No, I'm kidding. Stagger a lot. Carry a character that has a very high degree of block stun, so that like Bardock B, Kefla B, so that way you have access to his easy bake 50-50. If you can do the super jump install mix, go for it. And play him point. Those would be the biggest. Like if you do those things, you can actually be pretty successful with Goku Black. But he's tough.
If you can, I can my black is not very good.
My black is.
But it's not super bad. Like it's fine. My black is not bad. I can play a black team and I can play black.
I can play black
even if it's black Vidal Tien.
Which is a great team. I do a version of that team with Kefla. Kefla B.
Or black Bardock Tien, I don't know. But it's fine. It works. So if you come to my stream, I could do some black gameplay if you want.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. And there will be a black breakdown as well. Like, I do intend to talk about Goku Black because I feel like there's a lot of misunderstanding surrounding that character, in my opinion. I know we kind of joked and said, like, pick someone else. I actually do think Black has a lot that's strong to him. The problem is that he has a lot of weaknesses that are unnecessary. Like, he is a character that for Arxis would be the easiest character to fix. Like they would only need to adjust like a handful of things for him to be strong, and they would only have to adjust like maybe 5 or 6 things for him to be absolutely broken.
Yeah, what were you talking about him anyway?
Yeah, I have a lot I want to say about him because I do think that he's sort of misunderstood.
Hmm. Just stay tuned to our streams. Is that good English? I don't know. I'm getting tired.
Sure.
Just keep watching the streams, be there, and we'll do what we can.
I appreciate you. I appreciate that, Easty, a lot because you know what? Like I'm very passionate about Kefla, and I do think that Kefla is really, really, really powerful.
She's really strong. Even me, who haven't like you can. She's scary even if you're not that good with her. You know what I mean? If you just learn a few things, you can be scary with her. Unlike Jen and Bauer, you have to spend a lot of time working on him and to be good with him. She can be really effective really quick, and it's only getting scarier as you learn.
I agree.
So do we end this?
Green Divas Unite.
We can do that.
Kefla
Do we end
equals,
this?
Stardust Orchid. How are you, man? Kefla Day 1 main. Correct. That's another thing. If you guys are subscribed but still don't have access to the Discord, please let us know. I'm not sure I got everyone. So if you guys have not yet been invited but you have been subscribed, please go ahead and correct that mistake. So that way you guys can reap the full benefits of your subscription. Kefla equals Day 1 main. I agree. I mained her from day 0. Like, I saw her trailer, and I was like, yeah, she's my main. Even if she sucks. And then they gave her everything that I ever wanted in a character.
I mixed with her when they showed the trailer. Yeah, like, if you have basic BNBs and decent basic pressure with Kefla, you're already scary.
If you're a subscriber to the stream and you start doing Kefla pressure, you're going to scare the crap out of a lot of people you play. That's for sure. Okay, wait. 10 times is an understatement. Oh, yeah, no. I really loved Kefla.
Oh,
I was so hyped.
I don't know if I said that on stream, but
She was more hyped than UI. Like, she actually stole the thunder from UI's trailer, in my opinion.
yeah. She was way hype. But here's the thing: I was in LCQ, and I saw that trailer live in Paris, and I turned to Wawa. I was like, "That's a cross-up move. I can use that with Yamcha." And he was like, "Yeah." And guess what? Zoom Zoom.
Zoom mix-ups.
Talked about Zoom mix-ups today, and I was excited about that, and then I stopped playing.
Her trailer was really stupidly hyped.
Hey man, I never even watched Dragon Ball Z.
No, we're gonna lose subscribers. Don't say shit like that, man.
So I haven't watched most of Dragon Ball. I saw episodes, right? And I saw clips of Super on YouTube, and I read the latest art of Super. But my favorite characters in Dragon Ball that are not from OG Dragon Ball are from Super. I haven't watched the show. Like, Goku Black is so cool, Beerus is super cool, Whis is super cool, Hit is nice. Technically, Super Broly is from Super, and he's the best character. Gogeta is cool. Blue Gogeta is way cool.
Honestly, if Blue Gogeta played like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I would be so happy. I would literally cry tears of joy. I would be so happy, and it would be my ultimate main. But sadly, that didn't pan out.
So yeah, I haven't watched Super, but I prefer a lot of the characters from Super. Like, even in DPFC, just remove Majin Buu and make Zamasu good. I'm fine with that. I hate Majin Buu.
Zamasu is amazing. I really love Zamasu.
Remove Cell, and give Topo.
Oh, I'm gonna learn Cell. I'm gonna actually dedicate some time to learning Cell.
No, Cell, we can't remove him because he's hype.
Oh yeah, dude, Cell Scream in tournaments. I can't wait to see this shit again offline.
He's not there anyway, and give us Topo, I guess.
Raditz when? Ew. Never. Majin
I want
Vegeta,
Reddit.
yes.
I want Reddits.
You would want Raditz. If you learn Cell, never play him against me. I can't stand Cell. Yeah. You're getting hit with Cell. Your holding is 50-50 after every level 3.
Not holding it, you're getting hit by it. No, Reddit is cool. I like Reddit. He's gonna help me learn the days of the week in English because I still struggle.
You do struggle.
I'm
But
struggling with days of the week, so I can play Reddit and be like, Tuesday beam. That's the second day of the week.
double Sunday. Whatever the hell that means, buddy.
I don't know.
Saturday Crush. Oh, damn.
See, I want that.
That's the second day of the week. Oh, Jesus.
Don't make fun of me. It's midnight. I'm tired.
I'm gonna master Gogeta, but I'm gonna play some Cell, actually. I'm gonna learn Gogeta and Cell together. Because I feel like they move pretty similarly. So,
I Saiyaman the Cell today. Should I
oh
Saiyaman
man,
you?
I can't wait for you guys to try some shit and get perfect attacks. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy that so hard. I'm gonna learn. I don't bother with TODs, but you guys, I'm hitting you with the perfect attack TOD. Never super dash me. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you so much for the not subscription. Sorry. Thank you so much for the follow, Nicholas and Batman. Both of you guys. Thank you so much for following me. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate the love, guys. You guys are pretty fantastic.
Wait, Reddit? There's a move called Weekend.
Probably.
Let me check. There's, the Dragon Ball Wiki.
I was actually about to do that. Yeah. Dragon Ball
Dragon
Wiki. Reddits.
So something about. Oh wait, there's a whole thing about Dragon Ball Kakarot abilities. Key Blast Heavy Finish, Saturday Crush, Saturday Crash, Shining Friday,
Shining
Vacation-
Friday. Double Sunday
Vacation.
weekend vacation delete. Let's go. That's the whole.
Wait, he has Weekend? Yeah, he has Weekend.
Dude, he has this thing called Exciting Year. Dynamite Monday.
Bro, that's so dumb. That's the worst names. I love him. I want him in the game. No, I love how he has names with like every attack has day names, and then there's just two knuckle punch. Like I'm done playing. I'm punching you.
Genocide Shell. That's a pretty cool. That's a pretty cool attack name.
Oh, that's cool. Sledgehammer.
Mimicry. My bad. Mimicry.
Mimikry. It's fucking Pokemon.
That's Mimicry, actually. Gigantic Rock Throw. Let's fucking go.
I bet that's the monkey one.
Explosive Wave. Fire Somersault. Chop Beam. Weekly Special. He's like a diner.
Yeah.
He's about to
The best.
serve you like eggs. Time for our Dynamite Monday special. Oh,
I mean, he's just
no,
like having fun.
I don't want this character. Oh,
I like him.
He has a technique called Behind You. I demand that it be called Nothing Personnel, kid.
That's what's good. That's what's Dustloop gonna say.
Nothing Personnel. It's what Dustloop is gonna say exactly. No, I don't want Raditz. Give me Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta's sick.
I would take Reddit over Imagine Vegeta.
No. I want Raditz to smack
exciting
somebody with
year.
his tail. Actually, that would be sick.
Reddit, he does that.
Yeah, he does that. It's a
I
cool
forgot.
manga.
Like that's the only part of DBZ that I actually watched is Reddit's.
What is wrong with you?
And then I saw I had like hundreds of episodes left, so I didn't watch the rest.
I don't know if I can be friends with you anymore, man.
But I really like. I was kind of interested in the Cyan arc because that was still kind of Dragon Ball. Oh yeah, he fucking slapped Krillin.
Yeah, I want that.
That's cool. Oh yeah. Oh, that would be so cool. Imagine the dramatic finish against Krillin.
Oh no.
Just Tail slap Krillin. That would be cool.
But
What
yeah,
would Imperfect Cell do?
nothing. It
You
would
know,
just
he has
absorb
no.
people, I
Yeah.
guess. I wouldn't want Imperfect Cell.
Nah.
Unless it's Majin Vegeta, I'm tired of repeat characters.
Or at least he looks different.
Majin Vegeta has a completely unique moveset. Like you could like
No, I
I
mean, at least Imperfect Cell looks different from Perfect Cell.
oh
Because imagine Vegeta still looks like Vegeta.
you know who I want? I want Tarball. Bring
No.
Tarball into fighters.
Pablo?
Tarball.
Who is-
Tarball is Vegeta's little brother.
No. No, but like, okay, actually, I say Vegeta looks like the other. Like, imagine Vegeta would look like every Vegeta, but he could have a different stance and different moves.
He would have a completely different moveset. Like his everything that he does, he has like different normals. He would have like really cool key blasts. He would have a command grab.
As long as he has different stance, I don't want to see the Vegeta stance
I don't want
anymore.
to see the Goku stance either. That's the
I
only.
want, I
cool
want
thing.
him to stand like straight up like UI.
The conversation will never end, and the right answer will always be Reddit's. Wrong.
Yes,
Wrong.
right. No, okay, I could be okay with Majin Vegeta if he stands straight. I'm okay with Majin Vegeta. You know who I kinda want?
Who?
Charlotte.
I'm ending the stream. We're done. We're wrapping it up. Thanks,
I said
guys.
kinda.
Who the heck is Shallot? No one.
It's
No,
the
don't.
character from. It's the character from Dragon Ball Legends.
No, we're out. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.
Come on,
Johnny.
come on.
Bye. I can't allow Star to spew this degeneracy onto my stream.
It's like a
Oh man,
gacha
imagine
game.
if they put Zamasu in the game. That would be sick. I would love Zamasu in the game, especially merge Zamasu. Ah man, if he was in the game,
Yeah, it would be cool.
it would be sick, man. With a flight mechanic, like what if he flies?
And Dragon Ball Legends is just a gacha game, and they created a new character for it. The main character of the game is called Charlotte, and he's a Saiyan. But we're stepping into DB Heroes shit, and that's yeah, I don't know if we need to do that.
We
Actually.
really don't. No, we don't. Imagine if Zamasu could kill you off of a super dash. That would be sick. But imagine if he could actually hit standing opponents with his 5S.
Crouching. I mean, GT runs under it.
I'm sorry, crouching opponents with his 5S. That'd be sick.
No, because Farmer with the shotgun cannon doesn't have a lot of moves, right?
At least he's canon.
The Zebra isn't. And yet.
C Broly isn't. That is true pain.
Imagine getting bullied by something that isn't real,
I mean,
that isn't canon.
Cooler is in the game. And I play Gogeta, so.
I was about to say I'm not getting bullied by Cooler, but I have flashbacks.
Yeah.
I have
Alright.
tournament flashbacks.
That's going to be it for us, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much. I hope you join us again next time. I will be streaming on Monday, so that way we will begin our next masterclass, and then I will drop the stream schedule tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and follow us on Twitter so you can participate in any polls, or just in general stay up to date with the channel. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. That's gonna be it for us, and we're out.
And I'm gonna be streaming almost every day, just earlier. So
Yep, we're out.